Ireland, and then
and YouTube. And we're live, yes. Hello, everybody, and welcome back to another Jedi Academy, the Q&A show where we bring the best live, yes. Hold on.
Hello, everybody,
God
and
damn it,
welcome
YouTube's
back
really...
to another Jedi.
What the hell is happening? Why am I hearing myself?
yeah, why do I hear myself?
All right,
We're
it
repeat.
disappeared. Something happened. I don't know. The new Galactic Legends. But welcome to the Jedi Academy, where a bunch of us idiots decide to hang out and answer all your questions about Star Wars Galaxy Heroes. I'm your host, Ranger J1999. Joining me is my heterosexual life partner, Dr. Fin Medicine Woman, the Troll Extraordinaire, who's looking very grumpy this morning.
Nope. Good. Happy Saturday, peoples.
I don't know. It doesn't look like you've had your breakfast. You didn't have your scrambled
I did.
eggs.
I had hotcakes from McDonald's with bacon. It was...
All right.
I haven't had breakfast yet. Stop it.
Who's...
Ranger brought it up, not me.
Well,
I'm just saying.
It's not our fault. You didn't have a nutritious breakfast full of vitamins and minerals. And we know Heinz is here too, and he's having a breakfast of beer.
Breakfast of champions.
Breakfast of
Good
champions.
morning, everyone.
And then
I went with the clear, Heinzie. I
and
went with the clear.
went with the clear.
Yeah.
And then we also have the Nev
Thank
here
you,
with
Mickey.
us, who is not drinking the breakfast of champions. And if you are new to the show, welcome. Those that have seen it before, you know the deal. But for those that don't know the deal, this is a Q&A show about Star Wars Galaxy Heroes. And it's pretty simple in its design. We bring everybody together, from content creators and everybody we can. And we're here to answer your questions about the game. So if you have a question, you can see there's a fine example in the chat that's already been posted. But if you have a question that you would like to pose, all you need to do is put your question in the chat. Make sure you put the actual word question in front of your actual question statement. It's how it helps us filter. We use Nightbot, and Nightbot we filter by the actual word. So it makes it easy for us to get your question scooped up. Now, if you don't do that, we're probably going to miss your question. So, yeah. What is Meow Meow donating for? $2. Good morning, Meow. Ranger Fleet Battle. I don't know. I don't trust you, Meow Meow. Last time you said something, I had to... But yeah, it's pretty simple. So that's all you have to do, and then we go around the corner, as Grande would say, and we give everybody questions and answer your questions and give you knowledge and make your life better, and that's just what we do. So pretty simple, to the point. Thank you for the donation, Meow Meow, my guild officer from MC. Give me the friendly reminder to do my fleet battles, which I will do. It's what I do. I always do my stuff. Yep. So go ahead and start getting your questions in. Welcoming you all here this morning, this fine Saturday morning. You guys can be doing anything else, but you're here with us, and we will make the most of it. Let's have some fun. Now, just as a programming reminder, a lot of stuff going on today. Oh, boys, there's a lot of stuff going on today. So we'll do the Jedi Academy. Right after that, I'm going right into my GAC, and then Finn. You're planning on doing your GAC right after mine, correct? Or sometime before 5 p.m.?
At some point in the afternoon, yeah.
Okay.
I'll figure it out. It's probably going to be around like 2 p.m.
Sure.
Or so.
Yeah. So, and that'll be over on Twitch. So if you want to watch Finn do his GAC as well, then go over on Twitch at 2 p.m. And then tonight at 8 p.m. Eastern U.S. time, we will have our continuing D&D Beyond Roll 20 5th edition WoW Mount campaign over on Twitch. So that has been a lot of fun. People are really enjoying it. So if you want to check that out, please do. It's a good time. A lot of effort has gone into that campaign. So yeah. So wait a minute. I think I have a buddy sighting. Buddy, are you in here? You little minx. Oh, he took off. All right. I'll look out for Buddy. He likes to make little appearances whenever he wants. So, little sneaky Pete. He's always running around trying to see if he can get like socks or shirts that he can run off with and play with. All right, so get your questions in. It would behoove you to get your questions in sooner rather than later. There is a cutoff time for questions, so once we get that cutoff time, if we don't get your questions, that's okay. We have other shows during the week. We do constant streams where we can answer your questions. We also have a Discord where you can jump in and ask questions. Great community of people over there that will be able to help you and answer your questions. But yeah, get your questions in now. Finn's going to get those scooped up. But before we get to all the questions, we just kind of like to go around the horn. And I mean, not a lot going on nothing really going on this week. I mean, just normal stuff. There's no really big announcements or anything like that. We're kind of in standby mode. It's the end of the month, getting into August. It's now just August 1st today, so we probably won't get anything until next week at the earliest.
It's more about speculation this week because of
really
the data mine.
Yeah.
Because of the data mine, it's more about speculation than actual discussing new information.
Yeah, sometimes
that's been officially released.
Yeah, sometimes the data mine. I mean, I treat the data mine as that's a possibility, and it's a good or bad possibility. But I mean, I'd never take it for full face value. It is fun to speculate about, but like sometimes the data mines are just completely off, and then sometimes they're pretty squared on. So, based off the data mine this week and everything else, since we have really nothing else to discuss, what's kind of moving around in your brains here, fellas, about...
Well, I mean, firstly, I got an alert on my YouTube feed that there was this really, really hot guy from RSG that was telling me about this data mine. He was just, I couldn't look away. I couldn't resist. It was, it was just he was a chiseled Adonis. I mean, it was just a thing of beauty, let's be honest. And I was watching it and I saw everything I wanted to see, and I'm not talking about Finn here. Let's be honest. Look, I think a bit of a swipe, couldn't help myself, brother. But yeah, I actually obviously saw the possibility, and you guys know because we mentioned this on here before, and we've also mentioned it in my own streams as well, that I'm still being perplexed after all this time and how long this game's been around. We haven't got anything relating to the Death Star in any way, shape, or form, and I think that was something that we were missing. I believed anyway. Those data mines may be true, they may be not. I hope the Death Star part's right. I really do, because I think that that's something that we need. I think that's something we should have. It's just a basic necessity for a Star Wars game, I think. But that's just my opinion anyway.
All right.
Yeah, one of the images that was scraped from the data mine was Death Star background. So it would be, I think it would be fitting to incorporate into the new feature, the new Galactic Challenges feature, a ship battle with at least a Death Star background. It may not be a Death Star raid, which is something we'd all love. And we'll get at some point down the road. We know we'll get it at some point. It's been mothballed for now, but we know it'll come some point. So having a Death Star themed tier in the Galactic Challenges, I think something like that could be a lot of fun. So along with all of the other images that we got, it looks like we've got some throne room stuff in there, and that they're bringing in. I mean, the images that were in the data mine, it could just be that they're doing some new planet background skins for fleet battles and stuff like that. It could just be that it's new skins, but there was lots of little bits and pieces in there that we know will be for the Galactic Challenges, because they mentioned the various different buffs and debuffs that are going to be introduced into the tiers of Galactic Challenges based on the faction that you're using and the environment that you're in. And that was mentioned during the road ahead. And they've incorporated some of that data, and that's been scraped from the data mine. So there is definitely some stuff in this data mine regarding the Galactic Challenges. And I'm glad to see it there. That means it's coming along. I just hope they don't bring it in too soon. I'm hoping that they figure out the Unity update issues before they bring in a new feature, because we're still getting lots of crashes around territory battles and GAC and territory wars.
Yes, we are.
They really, really need to sort that out before they implement a new game feature, because if they bring in a new game feature that's got multiple tiers and you're just about to complete tier 5 to go to tier 6 and it crashes and you lose the team that you're using, and then all of a sudden you're screwed and you can't move up to the next tier, you're gonna be pissed.
Yeah.
Well, that happened. I don't know if anyone saw Cub's video, but that happened to him, and he lost his gas team on a
What happened to me?
on a game crash. Yeah, he lost his gas team on a game crash.
Yeah.
I lost a CLS team on a game. It sucks. These crashes are sucking.
He was not happy, Jan. I wouldn't be either, to be fair. It was pretty brutal. It's pretty nasty. Shouldn't have that, but yeah, stability obviously is certainly always something that should be addressed if there is an issue like that, for sure.
Yeah.
I mean, I lost a GO team doing the GOTB. Right, not. I mean, it wasn't even halfway through. I mean, if it was halfway through, oh well, at least I got a few banners. It happened on 1 of 4, so I got nothing. So I get a crash, and when you're doing wave 1 with your GO team, it's like a guaranteed 4 of 4. So it's a guaranteed 700,000, but 700,000. But no, crashed on 1. So yeah, I was not happy at all. So they do need to I really, really do hope that they get these crashes and get these issues resolved before they implement the new game feature. Because I just think that if that they said that the whole point of doing the Unity update was in a vacuum so that they could resolve any issues before adding any new game features. And I'm really, really hoping that this new update that they bring out this month is before they bring in the actual new game feature. So at least everybody can do a territory war, a territory battle, and a week of GAC so that we get to play it with the update and they get to see if there are any issues.
Yeah. All right. I see good old Maurice has joined us.
Hello, friends. How are you today?
Well, hello there.
Well, hello there.
Good old Maurice, what's on your mind, Mr. Sneaky Pete, jumping in without saying hi or anything?
Well, I didn't want to interrupt.
Well,
I mean, I was semi on time. You hadn't finished your announcement yet.
That's true. So, right, precisely what he means, too.
Well, I mean, just in terms of the Datamine, the only thing that really hasn't been discussed. I mean, we don't know. It's a bunch of pictures, right? Like, I mean, there's really not too much. I mean, I think Neb and Paul did a good job last I covered it. You guys just talked about it now a little bit. The only thing that I see is that there's 5 badges. You got Kyber, Rhodium, Bronzium, so on and so forth. Carbonite, I forget the other one off the top of my head. But there's going to be tiers. And I have a feeling your prizes are going to be determined on the tier that you're in. And I hope it's some sort of arcade mode where you just play it and you go for the high score, and that determines where you land instead of a continuous sort of keep going, play it 17, 18 hours a day so you can get Kyber sort of like Blitz. I hope it's not like Blitz in Marvel Strike Force.
Yeah.
And it's more like almost like a hopefully a little more engaging and exciting than TV battle, but something that you can play and go and try to keep getting your score higher. You can play it as much or as little as you want. So I don't know. Yeah. It's kind of scary seeing I mean, we knew it was going to happen, but it's kind of scary seeing the tiers. I hope it's not a huge time sink. I'm kind of fingers crossed, obviously speculative here. I'd like to see something similar to Galactic War, but so tier 1 would be just like GW, just like Galactic War, but it would be 3 battles, and the next tier would be 5, and the next tier, and it would increase in difficulty as you went through the tiers. So tier 1, to get through the 3 battles, you need to use faction A to beat faction B, and then the next tier would be 4 battles or 5 battles in a row, and you need to use faction A in order to beat faction B, and so on and so forth. And so I'm kind of hoping, because they called it Galactic Challenges, so I'm kind of thinking maybe they've used the GW as a baseline, but they're kind of mixing up the format to make it a little bit harder. So something I'm kind of, that's my guess. My guess is it's something along the lines of GW, but in a tier format, and obviously not 12 battles every single time, because that would just be, if you had 7 tiers and 12 battles per tier, no one's going to want to do that. That's just overkill. Well, from a content creator standpoint, it's great. Like any new content that you can stream and you can talk about constantly is fantastic. Because I mean, I don't necessarily stream nearly as much as you guys do, but there's been days where I'm sure you guys are just in there like doing your dailies, just jacking around because not much to do in the game. So it'd be great. But from a busy day-to-day type of person just plays the game casually, I mean, I don't know. I don't know.
2-3 hours extra a day in there, just plugging away. It's just, I don't know. We'll see.
We'll see what happens.
It's exciting. I'm not trying to be Debbie Downer. I'm sorry. I'm not trying to be pessimistic, but
Well, I mean, there is a currency for it, but it's not. I don't think it's going to be a currency you spend. I think it's going to be the currency that you get at the end of the day that allows you to do galactic challenges. Because that in the road ahead, it said something that you can do. So you'll get given the currency needed to participate by doing everything. So I think what will happen is you have to do all of your dailies. And then at the dailies when you complete them, you get rewarded a few crystals, a few credits, and then you get like 2 different types of gear. I think then you'll get the Galactic Challenge currency once you've completed your dailies to then go and do it. I don't think that you're going to be able to do the Galactic Challenge unless you complete the dailies.
Yeah, I agree. All right. Well, I think we're getting all the questions. They're coming in fast and furious. Finn, we'll start from the top with Nev and work our way around. Starting with Nev, what do you got? What's our first question? Fire away, Finn.
Okay. So the first question is from Gastank. And the question is, which 2 Galactic Legends would you personally like to see next?
It'd be Mason Thrace.
Mason who?
General Thrace, for the spider guy from Clone Wars.
Right.
So you want a new Mace, or
just to shut up Ram Bam? Because it's all he goes. Here's the thing: we've had JKL now, and we've had an absolutely awesome Darth Vader update rework. So we're not going to get a Rebel Empire GL. So the next GL, which will be in 2021, is more than likely going to be Clone Wars. So I think it'll be a new a badass General Mace Windu and Spider General.
Are you talking about Admiral Trench?
Trench, sorry, not Trace. Trench, yeah.
Admiral Trench. Yeah.
I think those 2 will be the GLs to kind of like appease, because they know they're going to make a boatload of money with a new Mace Windu. People will drop everything to collect whatever characters are needed to be collected for a Mace Windu. And to be perfectly honest with you, most people they're probably pushing it out the GL because we've got a light side and dark side GOTB. So most people have already got a lot of Separatists and a lot of Galactic Republic at Relic. So whatever GL Galactic Republic and Separatist characters they released, most people are already going to have the characters ready to rock and roll anyway. So that's what I think.
Okay.
All right.
So similar question then for Heinze. So the next question to you, same kind of general topic from Darth Scion 1972.
Hello,
the question is thoughts on the new Datamine regarding Galactic Legends. I think it looks good and interesting. So do you know the kind of the reference there with the?
I don't with that particular one. I saw the Datamine with the Galactic Challenges, but I didn't see the one about Galactic Legends.
So there was kind of a Datamine done before the Galactic Challenges one, where it looked like they were building up for another character.
Gotcha. So another Galactic Legend of some sort. But
so that's what they think it is, right? So he asked a follow-up question. So I'll mix these 2 together, and then we can maybe go around the corner as well. So he was just saying pure speculation. Anyone think that the next Galactic Legends will be based upon the original trilogy, especially with all the new characters and ships we've got?
Possible. I mean, at the end of the day, when it comes to Galactic Legends, we really don't know what we're going to get. We know what we would like, but what we actually get isn't necessarily what we like. Original trilogy, they're certainly focusing on that. Empire Strikes Back content, they've been focusing on that. We were talking about this again, actually, only last night, and we were talking about what we would like as Galactic Legends, and there was a lot of different options thrown up. Some of the more popular ones were along the lines of an Episode 3 Kenobi with Fallen Anakin, And then obviously the standard Luke and Lord Vader, that was certainly an option. Jedi Master Luke and Vader. There were a few different ideas thrown out there. But when it comes to Galactic Legends, guys, honestly, again, we know what we want, but what we actually get is a whole different thing, I think, anyway. It's an unknown.
Yeah. I guessed on Wednesday, and I know this isn't a nice thing to guess, right? But the Rebel Fighter tag, I think a lot of people found it very odd, the characters that were selected, right, for Rebel Fighters.
Yeah.
So there might be more coming, but my thought was that with how they restricted it and how unused a lot of the characters were, it wouldn't surprise me if there is a Rebel Fighter Galactic Legend coming, where those are the prereqs, similar to the way that you had all the different resistance and the First Order and stuff. That could be a Galactic Legend Rebel Fighter and/or Leia or something like that.
It could be, but you got to remember, though, when it comes to Galactic Legends, you have a dark side and a light side enemy. They are head-to-head. So whoever you choose with that, either side, it's not just going to be pick that one and then let's just pick that one for fun. They've got to be something that synergizes head-to-head, and they go head-to-head. I think anyway. I think they're designed that way.
That's what they said. That's what CG said when they released them.
Head-to-head, bang, whoever it is, it's going to be an obvious you were against you in the movies. That's how it's going to play out. So whoever it is, there's certainly going to be a definite head-to-head combination with obviously, positive and negative effects, against how they have, like they've done with Rey. Rey's so survivability based. You got Kylo who's wrecking ball based. You're going to have something along those lines where they synergize the same, I think, anyway.
Okay. Next question then.
Then go to good old Maurice.
Okay. So Gom, question to you from Hermit Fulgrim. I'm hearing a lot of talk about the usefulness of defense mods at high relic levels. Can anyone elaborate on why this is taking over health and protection in some instances?
Well, it's very few instances. I mean, there are certain characters. I think the main reason you're hearing it so much is because of the ability to make high. I'm trying to think of the right way to put this. A lot of reasons you hear about it so much now is because people are making various characters guarded by Chewie. Such as Bosk, such as Fives. These are all pretty high defense-oriented characters, and you give them the defense percentage stats, not the flat defense, the defense percentage, and it really gives them a lot of survivability while maintaining guarded from Chewie. Like, we're seeing a lot of it in these sort of, Galactic Legend comps where people will use gas and Fives. The Fives will still, though, because he is a tank and he's durable, he will have 110, 120,000 health and protection, even at R7, even with these defense mods. So, you really just try to skim as much health protection off the character as you can and substitute it with defense. And if you guys haven't seen the videos, Fives just sits there and tanks it. Just, especially if you use Chewie, who's going to heal him back up, or you can use a character like Watt that will heal him back up. There's all sorts of ways to keep him alive without, really going health and protection. But the problem is the defense is on one side, yes, it's very good. You can get your characters like Crew, like Fives, like all these characters up to the 70-80% defense threshold, but all the very best characters in the game ignore defense. So it's kind of like a catch-22 of some sort. Like you can't go all in on them, because then you're never going to beat characters like Gas. You're not going to beat any character with like defense penetration. We see now there's defense penetration up in the game with this Rebel Fighters, the Rebel Fighter synergy. Veteran Han. I don't think many people have gone all in on his data, but if you have, you can really see the effect that defense penetration has now against characters like Fives, against characters like Bosk, L3, all these new R7 characters seeing floating around. So you got to be careful with it, but it's nice to have at least 2 or 3 really, really good sets of
it. And something I'll just add on, and good old Maurice, you tell me if you think differently. I think there needs to be a clarification on what people say as defense mods. Right? There's a difference between a defense set mod and then the mods that have defense as a stat, right? So when the question's asking about health and protection, remember, there's only the health sets. There's no protection sets, obviously. And with the changes that they made with the mods and mods 2.0, the defense percentage actually ends up being better than the health percentage in the long-term survivability of a character in a vacuum, meaning that you're not facing somebody with defense penetration and all of that. The stats themselves, the secondary stats and the primary stats of defense are still worse than health and protection.
Yes. So, that's why I didn't want to like emphasize. Like I like defense a lot in certain situations. I just don't want to push it too much because it's a very, very, very in-game sort of thing. It's like you apply, defense percentage to your gear 11 and 12 characters. It's garbage. Like it doesn't do anything. But it's I think
that's the thing a lot of people were confused about. Like they were thinking just like defense in general, right? Because I did like a big, like somebody asked a question in our Discord and I went through obviously because it's math related. So of course I was going to talk about it for a while, but
the old math.
But it was a kind of a breakdown of the survivability of a tank based on health, protection, and defense for all the different stats. And it was the defense set that proved to be superior, but not the secondary percentage or the flat stats. It was always just the set bonus. So it's like you still focus on health and protection stats, but defense set can work well on specific things.
Yeah, and it's you can 6E some of those diamonds too, the left side diamonds, and that's a big bump to the defense. I think defense sets with high health percentage secondaries and protection, those are the ones you really want. Long term, not just for the keep a character guarded situation. You need one set for that because you don't need to go crazy on it. But it's that's a good question. That's something. And SWGOH is weird because I don't know if they changed it, but defense is listed as like a flat number, right? So like in game, if you apply 5% defense to your character, you might notice it goes up like 1%. Like it doesn't go up 5%. Like it's adding the 5% to that base number that you see on SWGOH. So it can be kind of confusing too.
All right.
And that's why we built the calculator 3 years ago that is still valid to this day.
That's a very good, that's a good tool, man. Yeah.
All right.
Okie
So we had
dokie.
a special lady join, Ranger.
We did. It's not, and it's not you. All right. Oh,
Well,
it's the
no, Julie's not
Jedi
here.
Master Dasher's here finally. Hello, Sleepy.
Good morning.
Good morning, Jedi Master Dasher. You ready for a question?
Sure.
That doesn't give me a lot of great belief that you're ready for a question.
It's not a Durgan question.
Sure.
Does that help?
Yeah, it's not a Durgan question. These are real questions
Yeah,
right
it's
now.
too early for that.
Yeah,
Just start you off with the Durgan. Okay.
No.
All right, so Jedi Master Dasher.
All right. So, question from William Buttlicker Esquire III. Question is: any chance we get some type of power increase since the PvE new modes are more and more difficult?
Yeah, there's definitely something that's going to be coming because we're also going to get that new game mode as well soon too, and usually that indicates an increase of some sort. But I don't think, or at least I hope not, I don't think we would ever get a level cap increase because that would just be so brutal for everyone. So the only thing I could see is they could do increase the mods, because I know they actually did talk about that at one point too. Since we've been at the 6E for a while now, they could do the 6D mods now next to help with these insane whatever is coming next. It's got to be crazy considering their escalation. These latest tier events being a good example of it, like just how the difficulty level. So who knows the difficulty level of this new game mode that they're going to release, because it looks pretty massive if the Datamine is anything to go off of. I mean, it looks like there's going to be a new currency. There's going to be, so I could definitely see them introducing something to help. But other than the 60 mods, I'm not really sure what else they would do at this point in the game, because I also know they do want to do more relic levels eventually. But I don't know if they would do that this soon as well. So I feel like the 60 mods would be it's CG, so it's hard to say, but would be like the nicer way potentially. But even then, that would shake up the game massively too. We see how impactful the 6E is. Imagine what 6D can do. So it's it's kind of hard, like, because anything they do at this point, especially at the end game, and even newer players, like it's just one more massive thing to go for. So it's definitely they gotta tread carefully if they're gonna do a increase to boost all of our characters. I mean, like they gotta please don't let it be a level cap increase. Yeah.
Doesn't level cap increase though, unfortunately, seem to make the most sense though? Because if we look at like
it does.
If you look at light
Yeah, it
side
does.
GOTB, for example, right? And this is kind of what my thinking was, Adastra. So light side GOTB, one of the biggest issues is that we are so far behind in fleet GP to ever get close, right? So a level cap increase would increase the GP of the ship by leveling, and then also leveling your pilot, which then double increases your fleet GP, right? For that particular ship, whatever that incremental change is. And that could be what we need in order to get the ship GP to where we need that. Potentially the higher level guilds have a chance of maxing it out, right?
We would need way more than that. The average, I mean, if you're talking light side GOTV, we need like an average, mind you, of like 12. It was like 12 million GP per person.
Yeah, that's all.
Calculated it.
It's
like,
not that. It's really not that much. Yeah.
It's ridiculous. So a level cap increase is not going to suddenly get you that much GP.
Yeah, but going from 85 to 90 is going to be at least a start.
Add a lot more stars to it. Get you way closer than it is now, because.
Yeah, I just mean like from the resource standpoint, how expensive it would
It's going to be at least 12. They'll make it at least 12 million at going from 85 to 90. I mean, it's 6.
And then the rates. I mean, yeah, because the consequences of that, arena, I guess, is still wouldn't really matter too. I mean, there'd be a race, for us to max out our arena teams before others. And then the raid is already so trivialized, like it would help, I guess, newer players who reach that more quickly. It would help them to do better, I guess. But it's just, I don't know. I feel like it would hurt a lot if they did a level cap increase. But compared to their options, you do make a fair point that, because they have limited options of what they can do to help us.
Yeah.
But whatever they do, it's going to have quite the impact.
And Grande's in chat, and he was just saying level cap increase can potentially break raids. I don't think that's really a consideration anymore, is it?
The raids are already broken.
Raids are already broken.
The raids are broken. We had a level cap increase with Rancor already, right? And they just
it's so trivialized. Yeah.
Well,
I mean, even without Supreme Leader, you don't need Supreme Leader Kylo to take down those raids anymore either. So they're just. We need a new raid, by the way. Come on.
Yeah. Go ahead, Nev. I know you were.
No, I was going to say the tank raid is due to be made simmable at some point this year. They said in a. I'm trying to think. It was a Q&A in either November or October of last year. They said that they do plan to make the tank raid simmable by this year. So
plans are subject to change, my friend.
Yep.
Yes,
I'm
indeed.
still waiting on my relic abilities. I'm still waiting on that Noose raid they announced. And,
exactly.
Hey,
I'm waiting for
side, we
those
can
reworks.
Yeah, we can't say anything about a Jedi Luke anymore, though. So there is that.
Well, that's out the door, yeah.
We did get the Jedi Luke, finally.
We did. Unfortunately, he's got no synergy with Rebels, but that's fine.
No.
We were not specific enough. We should have said Jedi and Rebel Luke. They gave us specifically a Jedi Luke, so that's on the players for not.
We already have a Rebel Luke, technically, so.
Yeah, we don't have one that's both, right? It's like a wish to a genie. You have to be very specific because somehow they're going to try and screw you. So we need anytime we come up with suggestions, we need a lawyer to write it out in full detail. That's how we read it.
And it still wouldn't turn out.
Yeah, I know. There would still probably be something wrong with it. We found a loophole in here.
So can I ask then? Can I ask a question to you, bunch of legends, right? Which one is more likely to happen first? Level increase, relic increase, or mod upgrade to purple? What's coming first?
Mods.
Yeah, they like
to purple. I don't think they're going to go to purple. I think they're going to go to green.
Well, they went to purple
Could it be
originally in
6D?
a placeholder a while ago. So remember they brought up the different color option for mods.
Yeah.
But so you reckon, mods across the board are going to be next?
It's the easiest thing to give a reward in a new raid, right? Let's suppose let's just look at Galactic Challenges, for example, right? It is the easiest thing to introduce that you use the new Galactic Challenge currency, for example, to buy a map needed to slice up a mod from 6C to 6D, right? That's like the easiest thing to do. Potentially they could go farther. I would probably just do it one at a time, right? Start off, go to 6D, let everyone get it to 6D, 6C, and then but I have my own way of what I would do with the mods, which I don't know what CG is planning on it, but I think mods is probably the easiest one to accommodate, because level increase is just straight up credits, right? So it's not really introducing anything with a new game mode, which is usually what they try to do. And gear is now somewhat obsolete with relics, right? So they would basically be giving you a relic map, like a scavenged item, in order to do it, a salvaged item, I should say. So it's I don't know. Good old Maurice.
If they're outdated, then why don't we get more stun guns? Why don't we get more things that are difficult to farm? Why aren't Carbantes more accessible? I mean, if they're really that useless, which they're not, they're hard to still achieve.
They're useless for getting relics past the relics.
Correct,
much, right?
Correct. But that's my point. If they're so useless, well, how come they're still an absolute pain in the butt to get your hands on?
Well, there is a reason, and it's actually somewhat of a, in my opinion anyways, it's a sound business reason. It basically means that you have specific funnel points that they are capitalizing on, right? It's not all gear. There's specific things that they know they can capitalize on. The other option then is to keep everything at a lower volume, and then now you're buying so many multiple different things. Maybe you have a little bit more access to it, but you're going to buy multiple things at higher levels, and it becomes difficult to track. Like, we know exactly what we're looking for, right? We know we need stun guns, we need Carbantes, we need the black eyeballs, we need the gold eyeballs associated with them. We need, of course, all the Gear 12 plus maps. Those are the newer ones, so it's a little different, but of the original ones, right? We know what the funnel points are, which for players sometimes is a benefit, because you know exactly what you need to farm, and it makes your life so much easier to know, like, this is what is going to be the difficult. And now the Kyrotax.
All I heard out of that conversation was Finn needs more balls. That's basically all I heard out of that whole conversation.
Not wrong.
Anyway.
It was not enough. It was not enough. All right.
Yeah.
Not wrong. No.
And then good old Maurice has that image on, and it just makes everything worse.
Well, you should be used to that by now, Finn. I mean,
I know, but now it's on her face.
You're missing the point. What's on the mask is irrelevant. It's that she's protecting herself
That's right.
and others.
With extra protection, because
yeah, she's fighting off COVID with a sword.
Yeah. Look at that. I mean, COVID does not want to have anything to do with that mask. Look at that. Just
no one's getting near that.
Yeah.
Nope. Not at least 13, 14 inches.
No.
That's gonna hurt a lot. Anyway.
All right. Back to the top to Nev.
Good old Maurice.
Back to the top to Nev when you can collect yourself. Then.
Freaking said 13, 14 inches. God damn it. All right, Nev.
Well, you asked, man. Like, you brought it up. You can't expect me just to. That's on you.
You have done that yourself, Anakin.
Mods to.
I know.
Why do I feel like Gom's got the ruler out? He's actually measured the scale. Why do I get that feeling? I don't know.
Well,
okay. We're changing topic. Nev, question to you. Question Nev from Skywalker Vader. He says, "Do you use or what do you use for GAC? SWGOH.gg, or what do you use to compare rosters? Where you put in your ally code and your opponent's code. Can you explain what you use for GAC?"
Nothing. I used to use the GAC Manager and the APK, but I don't use anything because I run 4 accounts, so I'm trying to get quad Kyber each month now. I do not have the time to look at the intricacies of every single one of my opponents for every single round, so a lot of the time I'm just glancing over their roster in game just to see what they're going to put down. If it looks particularly tough, I might look at SWGOH.gg just to see if they put any standard defenses down. But I used to use the APK site and the GAC Manager all the time because it was really, really good, especially when you're trying to compare mods and you want to know if your mods are faster and if you've got better mods, because then it didn't really matter what you put in defense or offense, because if you just had twice as many mods as your opponent, it didn't matter what they were going to do, you were going to be able to mollywop them. But these days I don't use anything because I play so many accounts, so sorry.
I can give a recommendation, but do you guys use anything else? Anyone else on the panel?
Yeah.
Go ahead,
so
Isaac.
obviously the most popular ones, I mean, before all the mine, as you guys know, when I do mine, I do a tail of the tape. During my GACs, the Harpoons and Beer sessions, so at the start, I go through all the stats of mine and my opponent and all that sort of stuff, just as a quick overview so everyone knows what's going on. I use DSR bot for that. DSR bot's been quite popular. You can customize it to search for certain characters that you might come up against, or that some have and some don't. So Galactic Legends, I can customize it to make sure that it checks for those. Obviously, another very, very popular version is the Hotbot. Obviously, Hotbot has a GAC component to it, where it basically goes through every single person in your grouping and obviously basically ranks them with all their details, but that it's a paid service to access that. So there are options out there depending on which way you want to go.
Anyone else?
I mean, usually for GAC, I look at their GAC history on GG, and then if I need to, but a lot of times I'll just scout the roster that's currently set for GAC and then go from there.
I don't know if she's awake yet, but I know Ouchie, and I can't remember the name of the tool, so I'll just refer you guys to Ouchie Dumpling. She uses a Google Sheet that is basically set up. It's similar to what Heinze was mentioning with Hotbot, except this is just a regular Google Sheet, and you can add the ally codes of everyone in your GAC bracket right off at the start, and it does that comparison of every single person and gives you like your chance of success and breaks down a lot of the details and whatnot. It's just a simple Google Sheet, and you just modify the ally codes and you do that. I don't remember what the name of it is.
Yeah, that's the GAC Manager Fin. I used to use it all the time on the Pom-Pom-tastic account. You would put the ally codes of everybody in your group, and then it would give you it would kind of give you an average from 1 to 100, and it would tell you how likely you are to beat them based purely on the stats that you put on. So you would choose the factions that you would put on there. You would choose whether you put mods in there, whether you put fleet in there. So whatever data you put down the left-hand side column for everybody, for everyone's ally code that you input in, it gives it a better feel for just how accurate it determines what your likeliness is to beat your opponent should you face them in GAC. Because obviously it's putting 8 ally codes down, but you're only going to face 3 of those people.
Right. Do you happen to have the link for that, Nev?
I don't off the top of my head, but Ray Rock always does, and Ray Rock's in chat.
Oh, okay. Yeah, Ray Rock, if you wouldn't mind, I do see Ray Rock there. So yeah, if you wouldn't mind, Ray Rock, I think you guys should be able to post a link if you can post it in there. Otherwise, if you can't, then if you can just message me on Discord, I'll put it in the chat for you guys. Yeah,
it's not just the sheet though. You also need to go to a site.
There's like an instructions page, if I remember correctly, right?
There's an instructions page, and you go to that site and you create a username and a password, and then the spreadsheet works. But it's still a cracking little spreadsheet. I mean, I would never have discovered it if it weren't for Ray Rock.
Yeah, it sounds pretty awesome.
It is. It's a very, if you're just doing one account, if you're just playing one account and that's all you're doing, you're not doing multiple accounts, and you have the time to sit there, put the allo codes in, go down the left-hand column and put in all of the various different factions and incorporate all of the characters that you want to compare with your opponents, it is an excellent tool. And when I was using that tool, I was getting Kyber with the Pom-Pom-tastic every single occasion, because I knew exactly what factions to leave for offense and which which ones to leave for defense based purely on the statistics of my opponents. And it really was, it's an excellent, a very, very useful tool if all you are doing in GAC is one account.
Yeah, I only use one account, so I'll give it a try. I love beta and stuff like that. I love the create, like that what people have created for this game is just, it's incredible.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it was I can't remember when it was. Was it about a year ago or so where they kind of opened up their API a little bit and they started working with GG, and there's been a lot more work on stuff with GG stuff since then. Like, there's a lot of brilliant people, especially when it comes to like coding and that kind of stuff, to draw that information out. So it has been awesome to see that kind of stuff.
I mean, we work with GG for GA Center. I mean, every single week we get the stats for like 60 content creators from SWGOH.gg direct to a spreadsheet, and you know, that's awesome. Those guys are brilliant. Sep's a top bloke, and the guys at SWGOH.gg are really, really top guys, especially when it comes to, you know, relaying stats and stuff to us.
Yeah. Okay. So next up is Heinze.
Yes, sir.
So Heinze, question to you from Mr. William Butlicker, Esquire III.
Hey, buddy boy. How are you, man?
So his question: did anyone see Bulldog's video on cheaters continually being allowed back into the game? For me, it's very disheartening that CG won't properly address this.
Oh, cheaters. Okay.
Long-standing topic.
Yeah. Look, I haven't seen that particular video. I'm not going to lie. I haven't seen that one. When it comes to cheaters, it's very, very frustrating, very annoying. They should just boot them out. I mean, we love this game so much. I don't care what the situation is. If there's any proof of any type of cheating, just get rid of them. We don't want them. We don't need them. Even if there's a question mark over it, don't take any chances. If you've got solid proof, get rid of them. Our game is reasonably pretty pure. I mean, we've got a few problems with it. There's, you know, issues with, you know, all sorts of things with, you know, stability and bits and pieces. But you want to know that when you go into a PvP battle of some way, shape or form, you want to know that you're going in pure and you're going in head to head, roster to roster without any interference. And I think as long as we get that and whatever it takes to get that, then make that happen, because, you know, we've got a great game on our hands. Let's not mess with that with silly, stupid people that do dumb stuff. That's really my opinion.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, it's been the... Yeah, go ahead, Nev.
No, I would say, I mean, obviously, Lucifer's daddy did make that post regarding people who cheat in GAC with the threat that it was going to be a permanent ban. And for a tournament as high profile and as important and as beloved by everybody in the game as GAC, I would agree with that. But when it comes to cheating in other areas of the game, that you know, the sentence needs to fit the crime. I can't. I would not be for the slightest infraction in the terms and conditions being a lifetime ban across the board for every single terms of service infraction, because every single person that has played this game in one way or another, knowingly or unknowingly, has breached the terms of service in one way or another. And if they just said, right, anybody at any point that has ever broken the terms of service, life ban on that account, everybody would be like, So I think that the sentence should fit the crime. So somebody that cheats in GAC, they've said that it should be a lifetime ban. I would agree that account gets a lifetime ban, but there are minor infractions that are against the terms of service. And I wouldn't want to see somebody get banned for life, for one of those minor infractions.
They have done some, I'm going to say, creative punishments as well, right? And for those that are day one players, you can help me here, because I don't remember the exact details, but very early in the game, there was a Vader kind of cheat where a bunch of people got Vader achievements. I think they were able to do it multiple times, right? And they got free Vader shards. And
wasn't it Han?
No, it was
the
Vader.
raids, wasn't it? There was another one then with Han.
There was another one with Han, but this one was actually, Han wasn't a cheat. We can get into that. That was somebody going around into multiple guilds over and over again, and that's when they instituted the raid limit, because they had one person going into like multiple guilds in their alliance and just doing Han over and over and over again.
No. There was another one where you could claim that there was a bug, and you could claim the rewards over and over and over again, and people 7-starred Han from it, and they did the rollback.
Oh, yeah. No. This one was a Vader issue where they kind of got a bunch of Vader shards in their mailbox, knew that it was wrong, and claimed it. And so those accounts, and I think, good old Maurice, do you remember exactly what you know what I'm talking about, right? It was the Vader bug very early, and they suspended the players for, I think, like a week, and then they moved them all into their own shard. Like, all the people that used it. I can't remember how the Vader shards came to be, but it was a Vader shard bug.
It was Vader, and then you guys mentioned Han, and somebody got Han for the very first time using, I don't remember which method, but then they celebrated it in the forums, like first player to get Han Solo.
Oh.
I don't remember what it was, how they did it, but yeah, there were all sorts of goofy things. And like you mentioned, that is why we have the, raid policies now. Like you can only do, like you get locked out of raids. They tried a couple different ways to do it too. And I feel like they tried to tweak a little bit, rolled it back, tweaked a little bit, rolled it back, and this is what we have now. Because I mean, no matter how you set it up, somebody's going to find a way to manipulate the system. So yeah, I don't know. That's gonna be a tough situation to be. Like no matter what you do, somebody's going to crack it. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, they have to kind of what Nev was saying. I think they do try in their best way to have a punishment that fits the crime, right? And they may view things differently than players, which is always where the disconnect is, right? Whether it's the content, whether it's the punishment, they view things differently. But they have been reinstituting accounts after they serve their punishments for a long time. Like, this is nothing new. And this goes back even before the fiasco that was tournaments, where people would get punished, people would track their accounts, and they would see, like, after a month or after 2 months or sometimes even after a week, they would get back. So
remember the tournaments, the very first tournaments, there was a way to manipulate it where you could just piggyback with your buddy all the way up the ladder.
Yeah.
Like you just switch your defense in, switch your defense out. They just go all the way up. Like somebody go 500th place all the way to 5th place in like 3 or 4 hours, just, hopscotching with 3 of their friends. And then they instituted the, you have to set your defense and you can't change it. Sort of like this constantly, I think a lot of it goes to lack of testing. A lot of these things I feel like could be avoided, but that's a whole other issue.
But stuff like APK hacking and that kind of stuff requires like a full overhaul of Galaxy of Heroes for them to fix. So, I mean, I do appreciate the fact that Lucifer's daddy kind of looks at things, hopefully in kind of a situation by situation basis, sees what happens, and then determines kind of the punishment. But I didn't see Bulldog's video either, so I don't know the context behind this cheater. I just wouldn't lump all cheaters into.
I've seen it. I watch all these videos. I've got loads of time on my hands when I'm at work. I watched it. I watch them all pretty much. I watch pretty much everyone that does videos that comes up on my feed that does their GAC, like Just Ian. Watch them all from the start to the end.
So maybe you can give us some context here, Smithy, about what the cheater.
He didn't go into detail. Really, to be honest, he had a couple of screenshots. He didn't name the person. It just looks like that it was a second offense, he said, that they did it, and now they've been unbanned. But he was kind of not going too detailed in it, because he then talked about how it affects his channel, that people get angry at him for doing this sort of things, and then if he upsets a certain guild, then they unsubscribe from his channel. So he brought it up, had a couple of screenshots that looked like generic stuff. I've seen it post on the forums where pretty much they reply like a template, so the same to everybody. But apparently somebody that's did an APK hack before got banned. They've done it again. They've been unbanned or something. But that pretty much was it. What it was. It was.
Yeah, see, I think the AP hack is the most egregious of all terms of service breaches.
Right.
Yeah.
So I don't have any issues with accounts that have been determined to be using an APK hack be permanently banned because the APK hack is designed to, screw PvP. That's one gamer trying to screw over another gamer, primarily, and lesser sentence, lesser type ban. If you're just trying to beat something in game, you're just trying to beat the AI. But if you're trying to screw over a fellow gamer with an APK hack, that's the thing that should be a permanent ban. It's the most egregious terms of service breach as far as I'm concerned.
The thing is, though, so when people bring out this person was unbanned for cheating, they only ever show what the response is. They don't show what's been said to the mods, like the devs. So we don't know what a backstory is. Okay, cheating's cheating, but if a guy's, I don't know, sometimes, if someone comes with a story and it's believable, they could say, I'm not defending anybody, but we're all human and we all have compassion, I'd like to think, and empathy. That someone could say they're in a hard place in life, for example, please give me another chance, this is my escape, or anything like that. We don't see that side of it, of why someone's been unbanned. Then everyone then...
We do. Sorry. Yeah, look, I know of a particular person that was actually... I know very, very well and knew very, very well, who obviously was involved in this. He swore that he never did it, and they just cut him off straight away. There was no question, no way, shape or form. He did live to play this game. I know that for a fact. He thoroughly enjoyed it. He was actually quite in some serious depression after the fact when the account was banned. So that certainly does happen under the radar without many people knowing.
Was that the one on Reddit?
No, it's not one on Reddit. It's one that I know separately. Someone that I knew very, very, very well separately, not the Reddit one.
Yeah, because there was a Reddit one where you've seen, but I'm on about ones that are confirmed cheaters. So the ones, not the ones that have been they said they haven't done it and they haven't done it and they're trying to prove that they haven't done it. It's more the ones that have been unbanned. I've not seen what's been said between only a response.
It was evidence that came up when the battle logs were released. Let's put it that way. Unfortunately, it was one of those things that just made zero sense, and the decision was made by CG to ban that particular account. Whether he did it or not, I don't know. I still don't know to this day. All I know is he was affected greatly because of it.
So, Is there any particular reason why they're cherry picking and unbanning some, not unbanning others?
I think if you report it and they look into it, and if they see that there's enough proof to ban it, they're going to ban it. It's pretty damn simple. At the end of the day, if it's questionable, well, they're going to look into it more. But more often than not, if it's clear evidence that, he definitely did it, if you're using, a Gear 3 Rose Tico to take out a gas team, solo, well, hello. Something's
bye-bye.
So, you know what I'm saying?
Rose Tico is the hero of the Resistance.
Not at that level, she's not.
Okay, Finn, seriously, we know you love your Rose Tico, bro. We've talked about this. I know you're a massive fan of Rose Tico.
Yeah.
I get that.
Hero of the Resistance.
Hero of his roster. I think that's what you meant to say, Finn. But anyway, moving along.
But Bulldog's video was about somebody that's did it twice and have been unbanned twice. So that's what...
You're going to hear stories of that everywhere, whether they're true or not or otherwise. Unfortunately, anyone that's questionable, anyone that can be proven of doing the wrong thing, just them off. We don't want them. We don't want them because we want to keep the game pure. Simple as that. And maybe I'm being naive thinking this, but I don't know about anyone else. I don't know about everyone else.
You gotta be quite sad, mate, that you cheat on a mobile game.
It's pretty. You're right. It's pretty sad. There's no need for it, but people do it. It's pretty simple.
How can you enjoy the game going in with one character just on God mode? I don't even. I play Warzone. I don't even understand why people cheat on that as well with aimbots and stuff.
Because some people have ego and they have to be top of the tree, and whatever it takes to get to that point, they will do that. And that's not just in this game; that's in life. I mean, we know that. At the end of the day, it's one of those things that if there's a question mark, or if there's a very obvious breach of doing something wrong within the game, whether it's GSE, PvP, whatever, don't care what it is, just them off. We just don't want them. I know it sounds simplistic, but we love this game too much for the right thing not to be done.
Yeah.
Anyway.
All right. Well, we're at the top of the hour. We got 91 viewers and 21 likes. Come on, folks. Hit that like button. Come on. You know you want to do it. It's right there. Just hit the little thumbs up button. Just give it a little clicky click. Look at Heinz giving the big thumbs up. Or he's telling you where he's going to stick his finger up next.
So nice.
So nice.
So
all right.
nice.
Dr. Finn, I have no idea where we're at. Who were we on? Good old Maurice?
That was Heinzy.
What are we going to do to get Finn's afro on? That's what I want to know.
Nothing. He ain't putting it on today. I can tell you that right now.
I'll give you a porg. You want a porg?
No.
Yeah. I'd rather the afro. But anyway. I've got a porg too. Yeah, that works.
If it'll stay.
That sounds weird, mate. I got a porg.
Yeah.
I got a porg.
I didn't realize you love the furry so much, bro. Pretty impressive stuff.
Yeah. All right.
It's hanging on. All right. So
Bet
I have
you
a
is.
porg on my head.
Right.
All right. Good old Maurice. Question to you from Oscar Meow. She says, do you recommend relics for Hoth Rebel Scout? How is yours? And did you wail on Mon Mothma?
Do I okay. Let me I gotta answer this very carefully. I have a GP of 7 million, right? What I do is not going to apply to most. Did I wail on Mon Mothma? No. I bought the 1999 pack, and I will just slowly gear her up. I think she's completely viable at 3 and 4 star. Do I recommend Hoth Rebel Scout? Yes. Depending on your GP, that's where you need to gear Hoth Rebel Scout. I think if you have, if you're in like Division 3, Division 4, even if you got like 3-4 million GP in Division 2, I think for the most part you might have to take them up to gear 11, maybe gear 12. But I think for the most part, that's why Mon Mothma is so exciting for everyone. Like players at my level, you can amp up all these characters. You can take Hoth Rebel Scout and POW. These characters you might have, I don't know, whatever you have, you could use. But lower levels, you can use the Hoth Rebel Soldier, Hoth Rebel Scout, where you level them up to the bare minimum for TB. You can use Wigs and Chays that you haven't touched in 3.5 years. Like these are characters you can throw behind Mon Mothma and have it's not going to be meta breaking. It's not going to be an arena team, but it's going to be a team that you can use in Grand Arena TW to take out teams like the Bugs, like these Dooku teams, like the Nuke teams. I think it's going to be very, very helpful. For those of you that really like to keep your top 65, 80 trim, this team is a dream come true because you could use a 3-star Mon Mothma with 1 Zeta and then a bunch of Gear 11 pilots. As long as you have like a fast piston or some sort of speed facilitator for your team, you can wipe out high relic teams with it. You just got to have 3PO. You got to have 3PO to really make this team, crush face. But it's a lot of fun. I think this was I was critical at first because I think characters like Mon Mothma and what's his name, Cam, I think they're very lazy. I think that's like the dev's way of just like a fix-all for all these old characters. Like, we'll just give them a stat boost and make these 2
paid
characters.
rework.
yeah, like no need to rework. Just give them these 1 character for the whole faction and make them better. So, but after using her, she's a lot of fun. It's really cool to see characters like POW, and it's cool to use Wigs again, like effectively, not just like to clean up something. It's pretty cool. We'll see, and I think once we get another round of TW, once we get to see we get the 5 versus 5 Grand Arena again, I think we're really going to see what Mon Mothma can do. It's hard to test her now because all we have is Arena. She's not beating anything in Arena, and like Galactic War, so it'll be cool. We'll see. Yeah, just hold your gear, I guess. Like maybe set some aside for your characters for Mon Mothma team. Set aside your crystals. Let's see what people can do with it under gear before you go crazy with buying the packs and taking obscure characters gear 13.
I'm working on Superior Color Ren, so
yes.
Mon Mothma,
obviously if you're working
Mon
on
Mothma can lick my ass. So.
Yes, and that's the thing. Mon Mothma takes tons of stun guns, tons of Kyrotechs. These are things that you definitely need for your your Galactic Legend hunts, your Luke. You need tons of these things all over the place, and Mon Mothma can definitely take a back seat if you're in that if you're in that stage.
I mean, she's easy to get to 8. I mean, I took her to 8 like that. I mean, I couldn't believe how easy it was to get her to 8, but then it's like stun gun. It's like, okay, that's where we stop. Gear 8, that's where we stop. Let's see how viable she is 3 stars gear 8 on a lower count.
I think she'd work in some situations. Like I really do. As long as you have like a fast facilitator that can go first to get the team rolling.
See, the thing with Mon Mothma, the thing I'm waiting to see is, all right, which characters are you bringing in next? I had just this sneaky suspicion we're going to get a bunch of other characters. That's because we don't have the full team. Because it can't be this crap that from the begotten error. The stats and stuff suck. It's like, okay, I know it makes them better, but they're still. It's like, all right, what else are you dropping, CG? That's what I'm waiting for. I'm waiting for the other shoe to drop. So
that's a good point, because as is, just alone, it's a B team.
Yes.
You know, it doesn't, at least like Mandalorian and Grief, at least Mandalorian, you know, you can add them to teams and they can beat meta teams. Mon Mothma, I don't know if that's taken out any, you know, definitely not Galactic Legends. I don't know if it's going to compete with the Gases and the Darth Revens or even the Jedi Knight Revens, you know, so we'll see. I'm sure.
In terms of GAC, I mean, I can't test it this week, but I will be testing her on my lower GP account, my 1.6 GP account, next week. Chupio, 3 stars, gear 9, beautiful on defense, absolutely beautiful on defense. So I'm kind of hoping to get a similar use out of Mon Mothma. Just sneaky timeout teams on that back line for GAC. That's where I see it. Those characters being the most useful.
All right. Next question to Lady Adastra. That's not a Durgan question. Too early still.
No. Well, I haven't actually seen Durgan.
Oh, I haven't seen Durgan either.
But he said his name quite a few times. I'm sure he's around.
He's probably lurking. He's waiting for his opportunity to jump in and pounce on.
No, the correct terminology is come up. That's what Durgan is.
Well, whatever. I mean, whatever Durgan
is very specific.
Whatever
about
Durgan does. I mean, I don't know. I don't follow the dude around. Like, what are his techniques for stealth?
You don't have to follow him around. He follows you around. All right. So, Adastra, question to you from Nathan H. Besides Galactic Legends and mirror matches, what counter do you use against Darth Revan, Malak, and Fallen Basti if they're on defense in GAC?
You have a few options still. Jedi, I've used Jedi before against that. You also have Padme, so that one can be a hit or miss depending on how their Malak is modded. You know, if he has the insane tenacity, so you can never really control him, he's going to end up eating your team potentially. But you're at least guaranteed a 2-step, because you will kill Bastila at least, if you're not the whole team, I mean. So, you know, the traditional Padme, Anakin, and whatever third you have available to go with them to give you a chance there. Otherwise, Jedi Knight Luke is a good one now as well. If you have that, he is such a beast, and you know, like in every game, and 3v3 is no exception. Like you can use him for anything though, so you might have him on a different team. I mean, facing something else, but yeah, he can handle a Darth Revan team as well. Jedi Knight Revan for the more traditional combination. You can also use that. Bounty hunters, sort of, but not really. I mean, they can kind of do it in 5s, but 3s, it's it's much tougher because they're not going to get their contract as quickly, and it's just it can go south pretty quick. But if you're in desperate situations, you could probably get at least a kill on something before they die. I mean, let's see. Can't really think of anything else off the top of my head that's a for sure. You know, I guess, you know, you got the 501st option too with gas, but kind of lumped everything with Jedi. You know, Jedi have so many different teams you can use. Kind of nice.
So nice.
Still nothing with Mace though, right? Just to be
Yeah, that Mace lead, right?
Get out of here, friend.
Some combination of Mace, ETH Koth,
and
Jedi Knight Guardian is going to beat Darth Revan at some point.
Sure, it's not.
Yeah, if we ever get that Master Mace, yeah, sure.
Yeah.
Well, sure, then, yeah.
Ability
But,
where
I
he
mean,
just one-shots
get
everything.
out of here. All right, next question to the D of Smithiness.
All right. So Smithy, question from Wolfbell. Has CG moved the goalpost too far and too fast for mid-game players by trying to buy time for challenges for endgame?
So what? Tier 3? Are we talking about which challenges are we talking
The
about?
new Galactic challenges. So the question is, did they move the goalpost too far to buy themselves time in order to develop the Galactic challenges and basically squelch out the mid-game players?
No. I don't think they're too bad. What, the tier 3 ones? I think they're difficult. Yeah, they are really difficult. I think the only reason why a lot of people were able to surf through the First Order and Sith one was because you've got how many legendaries and reworked Vader in a team. Where you have a look at the Bounty Hunter, there is no legendary Bounty Hunter. I don't know. I guess everyone wanted content that'll take them a while to do. And this is probably the answer. I'm more worried about what Galactic Challenges is. It not Galactic Challenges, but yeah, the Galactic...
Yeah, Galactic Challenges.
What,
the new ones?
Yeah, that's what they're going to be called.
Yeah, the new game. That's going to be
it's
Galactic Challenges.
Oh, okay, yeah. So, are we talking about Galactic Challenges, or are we talking about Assault
Battles? It was a general question about trying to challenge endgame players, and in doing so, squelching out the mid-game player by moving the goalposts too far up. So, light side GOTB would be included, tier 3 of the challenges, potentially Galactic Challenges, all that together, all developing content for endgame players designed very highly for end relic, right? How does that affect the mid-game players?
Oh yeah, I guess it's always about getting people to spend, isn't it? So yeah, unless you've got, at the end of the day, this game is about time, isn't it? You know, if you're free to play, it takes longer than what you are if you're a spender. A spender could have it immediately. But even then, the difficulty, or even spenders, you could have whales make one wrong move. You know, I think TB's good. You know, I don't really like the light side of it. I don't think many people do. The dark side's pretty cool. But I don't know. It's hard to say. Yeah. I've always found, like, when the Sith Raid come out, you couldn't even dent it.
Yeah. I think it depends on the subjective opinion of what a mid-game account is.
Yeah, that's fair.
Because you could argue that a 2 to 3 mil account is mid-game for someone who's free to play, and they might not necessarily have a massive roster with relics and stuff like that, but someone similarly who whaled or krakened on account between 2 and 3 million will have an extremely top-heavy roster of Gear 13 relic characters, and they can do that end game content, but someone who's a veteran free to play between 2 and 3 can't. So I think there's a little bit of subjectiveness as to what is and is not a mid-game. I mean, obviously the hyperdrive bundle does help a lot of people out, but that's only in increasing the size. We all know that the hyperdrive bundle effectively fluffs an account, because all you're getting is a bunch of level 80 gear 8. You still need to take the time and the effort to increase the levels on the various different factions there. But Galactic Challenges, we'll just have to wait and see. They do make the tier. They're going to have to make the tiers interesting if they want to keep the interest of certain mid-level account players.
All right.
Yeah. I think those are fair.
All right. Next question to the Nev.
Okay. So Nev, question from Nathan H. In 3v3, what team do you use HK-47 with to kill meatbags?
It depends. On my lower level GP accounts, I use HK in defense with a couple of geos. I put them on defense simply because he
he gets a few holds. I think I use Poggle and Soldier, the Geo Poggle and Soldier with HK, because he tends to get maybe 1 or 2 holds on those lower accounts, and if you're trying to beat your opponent, it's good enough. But if not, I'll just use him with I'll use him on offense, either in a GG Nukem, or I will use him in an initial attack against a really, really tough team, especially with Bastilla Shamfallen. If I've got a weak Bastilla Shamfallen and I know she's going to get taken out, obviously he's cooled down to get reset, and you get to take 1 player out. So he's good to throw in there if you need to double tap a team as well.
All right. Next question to Hoinsey.
Yes, sir.
So, Heinze, question to you from NR Wilson.
And I'm AFK.
NR Wilson, how are you?
And the question, just unlocked Rey. Should I go full focus on her ultimate or start my Jedi Luke farm?
That's a tough one. Jedi Luke's good, but Jedi Luke to me still is a plug-in still on a lot of other teams. The Rey's ultimate is good, but I'm finding a lot of people like Rey without the ultimate as well, because the whirlwind kicks in a lot quicker, more consistently, does quicker damage, and obviously that works really well too. The ultimate at some point certainly something I'd recommend, but I don't think that that's as important as, say, getting the Kylo ultimate is, from my opinion anyway. The Kylo without the ultimate's not as good. But yeah, look, if you're close to getting Jedi Luke, if you don't have much more to do, so and a lot of people that have been playing this game for a long time will already have, when the Hoth TV came out, they'll already have a lot of those prerequisite characters already at a reasonable level. Gear 11, Gear 12, something along those lines, because they needed that to participate and be successful in Hoth. So if you're relatively close, then go for Luke and get him ready to go and then come back to the ultimate. But the ultimate's still going to be pretty good on Rey.
Well, if I could make a suggestion, you can do both. You got to take a note of what you need for your Luke characters, and then farm for stuff on the light side. But then use your GAC currency, your Get One currency. If you spend crystals, use your currencies on the materials, like the dark side materials, like the stun guns. The computer chirotechs are dark side, the battle shafts are light side. You can kind of do a hybrid of both. Just use your light side energy exclusively, like use nothing but light side energy to farm for what you need, and use your currencies for the dark side components.
Yeah. I mean, you should always have a few things on your favorites list at any time. And obviously you will progressively slowly farm them anyway. Obviously you focus on one that you really need to get to the point where you specifically need to unlock something or to finish a team off, but you can be what I would call slow farm the rest in the background anyway. So anything that you think that you need down the track, put them in your favorites list, and then you'll just progressively work on them, sometimes without realizing you're working on them anyway.
Yeah, and I think the point that you made, Heinze, is key also, how close you are, right? Because I think
if you're miles off Luke, don't bother. He's not that important that you need to wail hard on him to get him up and running. He's great to have. I've got him at Relic 7. Don't get me wrong. He's a good character, but he doesn't make a team. You can run a team without him being available, whereas, Rey is a game changer in your roster if you're going up against someone that hasn't got Rey. Simple.
Yeah, I think we're probably expecting the Jedi Knight Luke event to return maybe at the beginning of September-ish, right? Sometime soon. So you're looking at either a month in order to complete what you need for Jedi Luke, or 4 months to complete Luke, right?
I'm hoping
so
I was about to say, with it coming up in September, if you are close to getting him, then try to make it for the September. But if you're not close, don't sweat it and do that slow farm approach that was suggested.
Yeah, I'm 3 characters away on 2 of my 4 accounts. I will be ready on 2 accounts at the end of August. So fingers crossed it comes back end of August, beginning of September.
You've been wailing like a mofo, Nev.
I don't wail. I can't wail. But I wish I could. Yeah, I wish. I wish.
It's more like the smallest violin in the world playing just for me, to be honest with you. No, it takes me from a free to play point of view, making no money, making no crystals from Fleet or from Squad Arena. I get 50 crystals a piece tops. So it takes me about a week to get a character from either 11 or 12 that it was to gear 13 and relic. So it's taking about a week because it is such a grind, and that's using all my refreshes and every shred of energy on just getting gear.
You're hearing it first. Nev's basically selling his body every weekend to make sure he's got Luke across all of his 4 accounts. That's all I'm hearing.
If I am not ready for JKL on at least my main account, then yeah, I will be pimping myself out.
Hit the streets,
when the
people.
event kicks
He'll
on.
be out there. Hit the streets. He'll be out lurking.
So yeah, I'll be pimping myself out for gift cards.
I think that's about the 4th time so far I've made Finn facepalm today. I'm on fire. This is a great little
well done. Well done.
Yeah, we're on fire here, man.
It's exciting, isn't it? It's a real rush. It's a
So
real rush.
I'm-
Yes.
I'm just picturing now like the worst thing in my head, which is Nev trying to get like gift cards, right? Which is the currency of scammers. So he's like doing GAC Center and is like, okay, let me access your account, and then logs into their computer, changes stuff. Oh, we accidentally gave you $400 extra to your SWGOH account. You need to give me $400 in gift cards, and then he goes and spends it on Jedi Luke. So this is his own little SWGOH scam going on with gift cards.
Hey, dude, it's the oldest profession in the world, man. Whatever it takes. Whatever.
You need to talk with the accent, though. Hello, my name is Robert. I am here to help you with your SWGOH customer service.
Oh man, I'm not even gonna try. I would mess that accent up so bad.
That was my British accent. Did it not come
Was
across?
it really?
Oh, I didn't know that.
You need to work on that.
That is my British, my Australian, my German, my British.
Was it? That was your Birmingham accent, was it?
Hey, there are a lot of Indians in Britain. I'm just gonna throw that.
Dude, if that was an Australian accent, that was an Australian accent. I'm not gonna lie, man. You need to.
My accent is the same regardless. I have one accent, and it applies to every country because I have so many people from my country that they're probably in Australia somewhere. I'm just gonna throw that out there. You have people in Australia that speak that way. Don't even lie.
Call center. Yeah, I think most of my delivery drivers and petrol station workers, I think, sound exactly like you, Finn.
See, told you. See, Australian. Not all Australians have
infiltrating, man. Infiltrating. I think most of them are your cousin too.
That, sir, is racist.
Am I wrong?
Oh, the awkward silence. Too
far? Too far? Am I wrong?
Did you preload his gas station too, Heinzie?
I don't know what you're talking about, man. I don't know what. Okay, look, I've seen all of this preload all tonight, right, in chat, right? I've seen it. I've noticed it. Let's be clear on one thing, ladies and gentlemen. Haven't heard that song for about 12 or 13 days. It's been plain sailing on the H boat. Don't worry about that.
Someone sent me the song so I can play it for Heinzie. Heinzie sounds like he misses it.
Sounds like he wants someone to play the song.
Yeah,
now.
It's 12 or 13 days he hasn't heard it. He's missing it, people. He's been
missing
preloading without the song. It's very sad.
In way, shape, or form am I missing that song? It is not happening. I do not miss that song, bro. Now, honestly, I could not give it about that song. But if you guys want it, I can hit the launch button now and play it for you. But you guys,
why do you ask? You know what the answer is. I mean,
no, that's fine. But if they want to hear it, they got to give you boys some love. You know what needs to be done. You know what needs to be done. But I haven't heard it because I've been kicking some serious ass.
You get preloaded gift cards.
Wow.
It's not wrong.
Just wow.
All right. Next question for good old Maurice. Question from William Buttlicker, Esquire III. Is anyone ready to Relic 3 POW and the Hoth brothers for some new legendary event requiring Mon Mothma?
I got Hoth Rebel Scout to R3 last night. That's it. That's all I got. Everybody else is still like gear 11 and 12. So I think that's very realistic. And I think it was Ranger was like, what's the missing piece? So we could get another piece, and then we could very well have some sort of legendary. But the last event was R3, so they're gonna up it a little bit, right? You can't be predictable. So the next one might be like R5 or go back to the ridiculous. You need this power level for your characters, but you really need them way, way higher than suggested thing like they did with Gas and Padme and all that those few legendaries and events in the middle there. I do think they're going to be required for something. I don't know if it's going to be a legendary. There could be perhaps these galactic challenges. The way that we structured is that you need certain factions to really get to the, like Kyber level of whatever the tiering system is, and you really have to have like Rebel fighters get such a good boost, and it's the only possible way you're going to beat maybe the final tier is if you have relict, Rebel fighters. I don't know, but you'll need it for something. But that doesn't mean stop what you're doing and go after the Rebel fighters, because just wait and see. Yeah,
the rewards could be trash.
Yeah, it could be 10 signal data like these new. Like I went in there and tried one time with the tier 3 of the new assault battle. I got wasted without taking a turn. Didn't even try again. I was like, nah, I'm good. I don't need 10 signal data. I'm good.
Yeah, that was so lazy that they just copied the rewards.
It's so stupid.
Let's make this way tougher, guys, and not increase the rewards.
For me to get through the first phase, I would have had to spend at least 2 hours of just crossing my fingers that they distribute the damage evenly and not just kill a like it has to go perfect, and then I could maybe get through tier 1, and then phase 2 happens. It's. I don't know. For some, I'm sure it's worth it, and they enjoy the challenge and the grind. It's just I don't. It's not worth it for me. Definitely not.
Yeah.
Ranger, the stream is buffering.
Is it?
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
Let me look. Oh yeah, we get a little spike. Get a little spiky poo. Let me see if I can.
I see down here in chat, man. N.R. Wilson. Question wasn't worthy of discussion. Oh, no, P Formula, sorry. Question wasn't worthy of discussion. But did you put the question in front of your thing, man, so it flagged the bot? That's the only thing I'm not sure about. So check your...
Who was asking?
PA...
Formula 51. Yeah, no, I have his question. His question is queued up. It was more of a fun question, so I have it queued up for later.
Oh, okay, cool. I knew that.
Oh, you did.
Yep, no worries.
I just saw it.
You didn't.
Oh, cool.
No, it's all good.
I see Dickie Darkside out there as well, the Canadian superstar. Welcome, brother. Good to have you here as well. Now, Meow Meow, seriously, she's thrown some love out, but Meow Meow, come on. We need some more love than that. Come on, let's be honest.
Meow Meow's fired up today, man. She is.
Yeah,
I was just gonna say,
She wants the song, right, Meow?
Meow Meow, come on, you can do. No, I'm calling her out, Meow Meow. I love you. You know that. You're an absolute legend, right? I'm
well,
gonna say that.
I mean, the funny story about Meow Meow was what was the last TW? We were neck and neck with this guild, and it was coming down to the wire. And so, I mean, like last.
Well, I think is it still frozen? I don't think they can hear us, can they?
I'm asking. Go ahead.
I think they can hear us. I think the video is frozen.
I don't know what's going on.
Yeah, I think the stream froze, but the audio is.
Yeah, the audio is fine.
YouTube
should be fine. It should be coming back. I don't know what we had the spike, but I mean, this YouTube is like, oh no, a setting's not working correctly.
Can I answer Gav's question while you guys play around with that? If you can hear us?
No, you can't.
Well, I have.
It's not your turn, Heinzie.
If we're ready, but.
Oh, sorry.
God damn it, Heinzie.
Oh, wow.
No, it's all good. I have the questions ready. I was just waiting to see if we were getting the stream.
My bad.
Okay. Now we may get to the questions.
My bad. Sorry.
It's all good, Heinzie. Now I was just waiting for everything to be normalized.
It should be normalized. I don't see like what we had the spike, but it should be fine. I don't know what this is.
It still shows it as frozen a bit.
Video is frozen. Yeah.
We're refreshing it. I mean, that's the only thing I can say because it's not. I'm not getting any kind of like
my face mask could have got excited and kind of shocked the system.
Oh my God.
Yeah. All right, Formula says
on
we're
the
good.
screen.
Formula says we're good.
Yeah, we're good now. I think we're back.
Yeah, it looks back now.
Yeah, looks good.
Okay. So, next question then, as we, I think, just had the question for good old Maurice. The next question for Adastra. from Nathan H. Which capital ships would you like to see in game?
None. we have so many already, is what I mean. Sorry, that came out a little meaner than I intended.
That was perfectly well spoken. I would have said the same goddamn thing.
That went very dark side very quickly. It was like, which capital do you? None.
I just mean because we have so many already, and we still need more just regular ships. Like it's just, we need that Galactic Legends ship eventually, of course. You know that should be that could be a capital ship or something crazy. But I still think we need to flesh out our existing fleets right now. We do have a lot of commanders already, and I was so if we can get some more normal ships for the eventual, if ever, that ship raid, if we ever get that, it'd be nice to have a lot of good options for it. Maybe we'll get more rebel fighter, more rebel ships, because we need them, right?
Mm-hmm.
Did Mon Mothma have a capital ship?
Yeah.
Meow Meow's hit me up.
I mean,
Sorry.
It's already in the game, kind of.
And it's basically Akbar.
Yeah.
Yes.
Well, I mean the Radis. The Radis. It's kind of.
The Radis was. I don't think that was her. She had a ship in her. I remember.
No, the Radis was Admiral Radis, wasn't it?
Yeah.
That was for a Rogue One.
Yeah.
But I mean, like, has her ability, the hold-on maneuver.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like we have like a similarity. Like I don't know what the other ship would be. It's kind of what I was getting at.
Yeah,
we don't.
The point of the moral of the story is
some hammerheads meet just to start pushing away the enemy capital ship.
It was awesome. I was like, hell yeah, that's what they're for, man. Use that shit. Damn it. Push that ship into the other one.
I mean, yeah. If anyone else wants to actually chime in that enjoys
that
ships
want
more
ships,
than I
more
do,
ships,
you're more than
capital
welcome.
ships, no.
More ships?
Get out of here, Heinz.
You go back to 5v5 ships.
No, I don't mind ships. I really don't mind ships.
I like ships.
Well, you don't mind preloading either. That doesn't mean anything.
Oh, shut up, Ranger. Don't give me that crap, man. Seriously. No, look, I like ships, but you know what? This is the thing that really pees me off with ships at the moment. We got the Finalizer and we've got the Radis, and we've talked about this before. We need a tank for both of those factions, please, as soon as possible. They even recognised that the Resistance needed a tank when they released the capital ship, and we still haven't got it yet. So, come on, get your act together, guys, and give us a taunting tank ship for both of those factions, please. Would be great. First Order and
We just need
Resistance.
to flesh them out more, exactly. You know, they're fun ships. You know, the First Order, they could still take on stuff, but it's not a very strong fleet, and you need like Houndstooth. You need Houndstooth with Radis to be more viable. You know.
There we go.
But
yeah, Meow Meow, that's better. That's better, and yes, I'll accept that. Meow Meow, that's fair. She's dumped another 5 for you boys, so it's 15. Do you want me to play this song now, guys, or leave it to the end?
We have one more serious question, then we have fun questions, so we'll do it for the transition.
We'll bring him in.
Okay.
I'm sure you have a lot of preloaded questions, so.
Oh, Dastra!
Got him!
Yes.
Bang, bang!
Holy Dastra, you're better than that. You were the chosen
That's
one.
literally what a lot of people have literally asked preloaded questions.
That's not wrong.
Own it.
I'm so.
Oh, that
disappointed
zinger! Don't backtrack.
So disappointed right now, Dastra. You're better than that.
All right. Our last serious question before we go through our fun questions here from Aramel ANZGC for Smithy.
Aramel.
So Smithy, question is, what one faction in the game would you like to have a tune-up?
I don't know, man. I'm still disappointed that Jedi Luke's not a rebel, or I'd say rebels, man. You know, Jedi Luke would have been the tune-up for him, but.
Oh gosh.
I don't know. I think they're all right. You know, you got Resistance have the GL, First Order have the GL. You know, Rebels, they're pretty decent, and they're bringing out new content. Probably Empire, but you've got Vader as well. But I'd say Empire need the most love because you've got the Imperial troopers. I'd say they need the most love at the moment. To be honest, like, what's the other factions? Bounty hunters are good, was what they are. You've got Mandalorian there as well. I'd say Empire. Obviously, I think Vader's the only Palpatine's good, but Vader's like the sweet spot. But you just need a little bit more there. You've got Thrawn as well, but yeah, Imperial troopers. You've got Tarkin. Where's Tarkin's rework? Why can't he just do like an annihilate and use the Death Star and just aim it, and just like wipe out a team? If you don't kill him ASAP, mate, that's it. He's just calling down the Death Star rays and just and like annihilating your entire team. Now that would be awesome.
All right.
Hey, you forgot about the Tuskens.
Shame on you, Dasher. No, get the
I don't like
shit out of here.
Tuskens. Like animals, and they got
if you're talking about
slaughtered
this
like
out
them.
of pure need, there's literally just 3 of them, and they are so neglected.
They need to be
Because
more
Anakin killed
neglected.
the rest of them. That's it.
One thing about Arimal for everyone here that they probably don't even realize is Arimal has a massive hard-on for Old Republic. It's ridiculously disgusting. So yeah, dude. Apart from obviously the Revens that are brilliant, man. Top Knot's useless. No rework there, man. And yeah, I'm going to leave it at that. But he loves his Old Republic, so I think that's what he was angling at.
Well, Queen Karen just donated 20 DKK and said, "I'm here for the 69 raid." Hell yeah!
In it too.
Yeah.
Hello,
this morning.
Yes, the yourself.
I woke up this morning and I was thinking, I thought of Anakin for some reason. Not literally when I woke up, because that would be weird. But literally, I've got up a bit, had breakfast, right? And I was thinking of the scene, when
I wake
the
up in the morning and have me dream about Anakin.
Do you know, like, the scene where he's like, Master Skywalker, there's too many of them. What are we to do? And I thought, a perfect voice what Anakin could say then was, "Say hello to my little friend."
All right, we did get 2 more serious questions in.
Rapid fire.
End, so we'll do those. So Nev, actually,
yeah, we're top of the list.
Yeah. So Nev, I'll ask you this, and then you can let me know if you want me to pass to someone. R. Wilson, what is the best Ray team for Arena that will hold if you don't have Jedi Luke?
Yeah, you're going to have to pass that over to someone else. I don't have GLs on any accounts.
It's still...
Yeah.
So if you don't have Luke, then the team that you've got, there's 2 teams that I see. It's Rey with Gas, Kenobi, Jedi Revan, and Hermit Yoda. The other one is that same team minus GK with Finn, and those are the 2 you see the most.
But the problem you've got is that you could. It's Vader. It's all day long Vader, isn't it? And that's the problem. You could try and build a team to be defensive against the Supreme Leader Kylo Ren, but it leaves you open then to Vader just.
Not really.
Oh man, Vader just wipes out any Rey variant.
Nah, I've faced some Vaders, and it's the AI, so I haven't. My Rey holds all the
Vader
time.
Vader on defense. I'm just on about you're using Vader. You just like.
It depends on you use, and it comes down to the speeds too. It just depends on the variant that you're using, but
yeah. I'll go for the GBA. So I've got a tank I can just pull up. Obviously, got Watt in there. Thrawn, Vader lead. Can't remember who else I use. Traya, that's it. Traya, she's a beauty. And yeah, literally wipes the floor with any Rey variant I've ever used.
All right.
Fought.
Okay. And then last serious question here is from John Moran. And question is, I just finished the required tunes for Jedi Luke. Should I finish off some teams like Sith Empire, Rebels clones, or start the Galactic Legend Kylo farm?
I'm actually... One of the things I'm doing while preparing for Jedi Knight Luke is I'll be getting Ezra ready, because I'm going to put Ezra with Jedi Knight Luke when I finally get Jedi Knight Luke, because I've heard he's a really, really good one to go with Yoda.
Jedi Luke works really well in a Jedi Revan team as well. Jedi Knight Revan team against Grievous and a few other options, slows him right down. There's a lot of different options you can use Luke in. He's not plug and play like Thrawn, but he's pretty versatile.
Yeah, you put him in a lot of teams, and he does.
You can fit him in a few.
He's super good. So for their question though, if they the Galactic Legends are also obviously really good. So it would have to again depend on where he's at, to begin that Kylo slog there, getting all those first orders.
I'd say
if you're nowhere near that, you're better off targeting your key teams, because there is gonna be new stuff coming. There's always gonna be new stuff. Galactic Legends will always be good though, is the other side of that argument. So even if you are far away, it might still be worth it to go for it, end game content. And again, Kylo is he will always be a very powerful character to have. And First Order, I have to say, First Order as a faction, they're really good too. So it's not like you're wasting your investment, but if you don't have your Sith Empire built up, they're also a key. So that's kind of a hard one. Like, it would really depend on his roster, I think.
Yeah, if you're missing some factions and stuff, because once you start down that path, you've got to commit to it, right? It's not like you can half-ass it.
Yeah,
exactly.
So it's a heavy investment to Galactic Legends. It really is. There's a lot that you have to put into it. It takes a ridiculous amount of time, specifically if you're not whaling on it as well. It's certainly a real grind. So yeah, if you decide you're going for Kylo, it's all in. You can't go back halfway because you've just wasted a lot of resources. Definitely. So you either do it, go all the way, or don't bother, farm up the other teams and make them stronger. It's your call. It really is.
Let me ask
Kylo. He's insane. Once he's up and running, he's unbeatable.
I'm going to ask kind of a general question here to all of you guys before we jump into the preload song and then the fun questions. If you look at relics, right, and let's just suppose every character is relic 7, right? It looks like a lot of the characters are balanced out again, like kind of close to where they were at the beginning of the game, right? We're seeing the issues right now because it takes a lot to get them to relic 7. So you have these really powerful characters and people trying to catch it. But everyone at relic 7, it balances out the game a little bit in terms of all the characters. Do you see Galactic Legends in that same vein as relics, where they're trying to, because of power creep, instead of keeping everything at that lower level and slowly power creeping, they're almost creating kind of a new platform that's going to be balanced? You're going to see more Galactic Legends. All the Galactic Legends may be balanced around the same thing. So the next 2 Galactic Legends may be on par with Rey and Kylo. And slowly we're getting more and more Galactic Legends to the point where we almost kind of get like this new game, right? Where we're almost back to day 1, except now we have a bunch of lower characters. That is the game for beginner players. And then you have Galactic Legends, which is now the veteran and endgame players kind of status. Do you see them potentially moving in that direction, or will Galactic Legends simply be power creep characters on top of our other roster?
Well,
I think that
go ahead, Hansi.
For endgame players, they had to do something to keep them not interested in the game as such, but give them something to aspire to and to work towards. It was getting to the point where all the people that, were at the top end, and again, we're speaking to some, Gom and Adastra will probably tell you the same thing. They have a lot of their rosters maxed out a lot, where it got to the point where they really needed something else to focus on, to strive for. Otherwise, people are going to get bored and they're going to walk away because there's nothing else to do in the game. They certainly needed another yardstick to aim for. They will continue to do that. On what level that is and how they fashion that up and structure that going forward, we don't know. But there's always going to be something to work towards at some point, and they need to do that to keep people engaged at all levels. There's always going to be something to aim for.
Yeah. Any other thoughts from you guys?
Oh yeah, the new GLs will probably have like 600 speed instead of like 400.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, they're gonna be in the same vein. Like, it'll be on par, if not more insane, of the kits. Because like
Yeah.
Galactic Legends we have now are the baseline for this new faction, if you want to call it that, Galactic Legend characters. So absolutely, the next set, they're going to be, pretty crazy too. And how many times has, Kylo been touched up or fixed, to try to be... like, it's kind of comical. So even the new ones, it's going to be that same thing. Like, they're going to see how they interact with all the other characters, what's going to get broken in the process, what's going to come up to counter them, is it working, is it not? And it's going to be more insanity, because Galactic Legends, they have changed the playing field massively. So it'll be it'll be just the same when we get the next set of Galactic Legends. It's going to impact the game massively again. And then the requirements to get those, just Gear 13 everything apparently, so you can be ready for the next Galactic Legends that you're gonna need to Gear 13 more random characters that you otherwise would have never geared up. And then Jedi Knight Luke did the same thing. Yeah, the Gear 13 relic stuff that you otherwise would have never had to do. So they are on a mission to make us gear up pretty pointless characters.
I can see the new GLs being Lord Vader and Obi-Wan. And this is why, my theory into this, right, is this is why Rey doesn't have the Jedi tag, because they're saving that for Galactic Legend, Obi-Wan, and they're going to have the Mustafa, Obi-Wan, and they're going to have the Sith Anakin, and both one's going to have a Jedi tag, one's going to have a Sith tag. Boom.
Science.
I believe that. Yeah, I still believe that's probably going to be the next Legends, because that's an obvious choice of head-to-head balance, when you're talking Galactic Legends, which they need to have.
Yeah, the popularity of it too. Like those, characters that a lot of people are familiar with, and they would go for it. Because you also have to think of it from a money standpoint. What will people show up for? And, a lot of people would love to acquire those characters. So, yeah, I would not be surprised.
Imagine how powerful Sith would come again, and Jedi. So if you had Jedi Luke and Obi-Wan,
Jedi and Sith are already really strong. So I don't know if they would be their next set necessarily, because they would want to give love to other factions potentially for the balance that we were mentioning. But I mean, I'm okay with more Jedi, of course. But just saying that, thinking of the game as it is right now, your first thoughts wouldn't be, oh, we need another Sith. Oh, we need another Jedi, because we already have some really powerful ones. So, they might throw a curveball and have a Galactic Legend, just a whole different, Galactic Legend Leia. I think we mentioned that on the last stream. Just something that you don't think about, but could still be a fun character. But would people show up for it is the question.
Yeah, that could work. Tarkin for Empire.
I still think it's going to be the new Palpatine and Old Man Luke are going to be the next two Galactic Legends.
Especially since they've been on this whole Rebel Empire stuff. Maybe that could be our next Galactic Legends set.
Could be a Mace Windu.
No.
That's why the old Mace Windu's not getting reworked, because you're getting a Galactic Legend.
Yeah,
and you're getting the actual
Sure, that's what it's going to be. Yeah, good call.
Why not? It's, could work.
No, wrong. Just wrong. All right, let's get to the fun questions, Finn. Start wrapping it up.
Well, we need Heinze to kick us off.
Oh, we have to do the preload song. All right, Heinze.
Oh, I hate this song. Here we go.
You secretly love it.
My old friend. It's nice to see you again. And as the toilet paper flies off the shelf, I'm in jail all by myself. And Heinze loses in the GAC all over again. Change your name to Ben. In the sounds of preload.
Classic.
All right. That's a perfect way to kick off these fun questions.
Scotty McLaren, you can go and get stuffed. Dead set for making that crap. Anyway.
He's talking about going to jail and stuff. I thought that was going to go a completely different direction.
Oh, okay,
yeah. All right. Whew.
No. The whole point was that there was a story back in Tamworth a while ago, which is Scotty McLaren's hometown, and there was an actual argument over a packet of toilet paper at the local Tamworth supermarket, which actually ended up into a physical altercation, which actually meant someone actually did get arrested and jailed for assault.
Okay.
Altercation. So you just mean like someone got punched in the face?
Yeah, they had a full punch on, and then the person basically sort of just the person that instigated it actually did get arrested and jailed for it. So there's the context behind that part.
Science.
All happens up in Tamworth with Scotty.
Yeah.
I reckon it was him. I reckon Scotty's out on bail still. I reckon it was him.
Okay.
Sounds like something.
Because it's because Scotty didn't know, so don't blame Scotty.
Scotty doesn't know. We know that.
Really?
That's obvious. Yeah, Scotty doesn't know.
All right. First question. Bill Buttlicker for Heinze.
Here we go.
I don't know what's worse, being quarantined due to COVID-19 or watching you preload turn meter.
Oh.
Doesn't happen, man. Told you. It's been a couple of weeks now. You can go get stuff, brother. Don't know where you're looking. Try and find somewhere else for that crap to happen. Ain't happening on my channel, brother.
He likes his teams like he likes his beer preloaded.
Oh, shut up, Smithy. Get stuff, Smithy. Who asked you, you big flog?
All right, next question. From Oscar Meow. Did Heinze preload turn meter last night?
Oh, No, I did not. I had a great run. Kicked absolute ass. Got the win. I'll tell you what, actually, funny you mention that. Relic 7 Embo, he's holding the fort right now for me. The guy hasn't cleared me. One team left. Boss Khalid, Relic 7 Embo, and Gear 12 Dengar. The guy's had 5 cracks at it, still hasn't cracked it to clear the board. So suck on that. Embo's doing the business.
Hey, has anyone ever mentioned about airplane mode?
We have a question for that coming, but
yeah.
It's hard to do airplane mode on BlueStacks though, or emulators. To be fair.
Yeah, it is. It is, and that's half
yeah,
the
but
problem.
it is easy. It is easy to force quit on an emulator. You just hit that little cross at the top of the screen.
Yeah.
Not if you're full screen though. Not if you're full screen.
Well, yeah, but
never
you
go-
shrink the
you
screen
never go
and go
full screen.
click. Yeah.
Nobody, you never go full.
I go full
when
screen and
you're-
I will go all in or out.
I never
gotta
go
be
full screen when I'm streaming.
All right. Next one is from Darth Scion 1972. It says, question for Heinze. I don't know which hurts me worse, watching you preload turn meter or seeing Remon's poor modding.
Remon's modding for me, man. Holy shit.
I think Remon's.
It's awful. It is awful.
It is.
And the funny thing is, he wants me to go back and work on his mods again. I'm like, why?
He doesn't have any new ones.
You don't work on them yourself. I'm just there to help facilitate your greatness. But if you don't give a shit, why should I? It's like, what the hell, man? And on top of stuff I did do, he already tore that apart. Hey, Darth Robin doesn't have any mods. What's going on? Oh, I forgot. It's like, oh, okay.
Bad.
Ouch.
Yeah. Remon does not focus on mods.
Not a
at
big
all.
modder. Yeah.
Remon doesn't care. He just doesn't care. He
I
plays
know.
the game
But
about
I'm supposed
15
to
minutes a
care.
day.
Yeah, I'm supposed to care, right? You know, Jesus.
All right. Next question is Heinze, how were the preloads last night from Rambam?
Okay.
Don't start, Rambam.
Not like you're good anyways, mate.
Dead set. Absolute fucking crap, mate. Don't give me that crap. It was a beautiful run. It was spun. It was just... actually, you know what? It was just the most incredible thing to watch. It was just godlike. I was on fire.
Sure.
I kicked absolute tail. It was magnificent. You guys missed out. Maybe if you tuned in at some point, here's a crazy idea. Maybe if you checked it out, we do it on a Friday night for the Americans. Like, come on, guys. We do it for you. Hit Twitch up. It's like at 10 p.m. Eastern. We do it for you. It's stupid o'clock here in Australia. Come and check it out and find out for yourself.
You guys do it. You guys do it till 4 o'clock in the morning. I stayed up watching the Peanut Gallery last night, dance to the Shirt song until like 3 o'clock in the morning.
I did test you strictly. I did say it started then. It's a big
Thanks,
night.
Heinzie.
Yeah.
It's a big
East Coast
night,
America.
Yeah, thanks.
Hey, Gom, are you coming on one day, man? You going to get some bourbon and get smashed with us? What's the plan?
yeah.
You coming on one day? Yeah?
Oh yeah, it can't be next week because I'll be at my parents' house and that'd be super weird.
Oh, that'd be amazing. We should do that. That would be
Hammered,
incredible.
Oh my
screaming
God, I
at
just got
2:30 in the morning at my
hilarious.
That
parents'
would
house.
be amazing.
Imagining.
Great.
Oh man.
That'd be so good. Actually, I was asked.
You
funny
can have
enough,
your parents on as well.
Oh, boy.
Yeah, bring them on.
Oh,
Let's go. Let's make it a real
Jesus.
party. No. Seriously, I did actually get asked for a, which we can do, but I'm throwing it out there. We were asked to do a ladies' night at some point, and Adastra, my dear, at some point, if you'd like to join us on a Friday night Gridsy session, we would be on it at some point.
Sure, that would be a lot of fun.
Bring it. Get the booze ready. It'll be game on. Don't worry about that.
Yeah,
That's
I
great.
have my wine. I'll always
Yeah,
have my
she-
wine.
Perfect.
She got a little
Done
saucy
deal.
last night. Yeah.
Don't
Yeah,
forget
I was
to
on,
don't forget to
Doris.
invite Geek Girl
I was
and
on
Cake
Doris
Gaming
stream
then,
last
Heinzie.
night, otherwise I
Oh,
would've-
yeah. We're going to get Geeky on. Geeky's a superstar.
Get
we're
Geek
looking at
Girl
a
and
few-
Cake Gaming on as well, mate, for a
We'll
proper
get a
ladies'
few
night.
on, and we're going to get the ladies on. We're going to have a wonderful ladies'
Hey, buddy.
night. At some
You gotta
point soon.
get Finn's cousin on as well. Is it your cousin, Finn?
No, it's just a friend.
I mean, if
Julie Andrews is just a friend.
Got to invite Julie
Oh,
Andrews.
I'm on about your alter ego on
Actually,
Sundays.
Yeah.
if we're going to have a ladies' night on, actually, we should probably invite Ram Bam. Oh, sorry. Did I say that out loud? Sorry about that.
We did get a donation too in chat from Josh McGraw, aka Azriel.
Azrael, as my boy.
Yeah, but-
And
don't
said,
forget
"Morning
that
Muppets.
crap.
Thanks for
Oh,
helping me
no.
nurse this hangover. The Foster's truck will be by for a delivery today, Heinzie."
I'm turning that truck around. You can get stuff.
Okay,
No
I got it for you.
nostalgia.
Foster's Australian for. There you go.
It is Australian for. It's terrible. It's
Okay.
terrible.
Next question from Darsion 1972 says, question for Finity. Miss Scion is watching the stream with me today. She knows Ranger and I was explaining who everyone else was. And when we got to you, she said, "Oh, there's my boyfriend Finity." I did this earlier for
He's so
Mrs.
nice.
Scion. I did this for Mrs. Scion earlier. Hi, Mrs. Scion. There you go. Hi,
Get the
Mrs.
afro
Scion.
out, mate, and get her hot and heavy. Everyone's a winner.
Oh, my real hair is now getting all kinds of long. too.
Holy crap, that looks amazing. Why are you wearing a hat? That's
I
magnificent.
always wear a hat.
Yeah, we always
That's
wear.
magnificent, man. That's
stuff.
some quality stuff. You shouldn't be hiding those feathers. They are magnificent.
I'll keep it. I'll take the hat off now. But yeah, I always wear a hat.
Long, beautiful hair. All right.
Don't-
Next question.
Next question. Darth Hideous. If a Finn talks in a forest and nobody's around to hear his nonsense, does he shut up? No, I'm talking to the trees. So no,
He's not.
course not.
He's not joking.
I'm talking to the trees. The trees are very friendly, and they sometimes talk. Next question. I'll give this one to Adastra because you might be the best person to answer this. From Oscar Meow. She says, why do batteries and boob sizes go from A to D or E and they're small to large, and mods go from E to A when they're bad to good? Why? CG has mods backwards.
Oh my God, what is
She's not wrong.
CG can't ever get anything right, you know? That's just how they operate. They want to do their own
I
thing.
guess CG's
Go
not-
against the natural laws of the world.
I guess they're gonna have to look at
It's
some
CG.
Victoria's Secrets catalogs and really get that shit in order.
So there was one question. And then Oscar for Heinzie. Question for you.
Meow, meow. Meow.
Is there a bot to optimize TM loading, or do you just make it up as you go along?
I just got. You thought the preload was over, and then she just dropped another bomb on him.
A question from her too.
Meow,
He's
meow.
using the force.
You're better than that. Let's be honest. You're better than that crap. Mind you, I am going to say meow meow. Lots of love, meow meow. Dead set for nice work.
Oh, I
donation
forgot to tell you the
you
funny
did.
story with Meow Meow.
Hey, Heinzie,
Yes, brother.
Go ahead,
Yes,
Smithy.
Smithy.
are you like
What?
playing with are you like playing with your eyes closed, or are you using the force?
Oh, mate. Hey, when Mrs. H is around, I'm always using the force, brother. Don't you worry about that.
My highlight is the first.
Next question from Gav P. If Heinzie is using Hotbot and SWGOH.gg and GAC Manager, What is up with all the preloading? Hashtag don't blame Rambam.
Come on, Rambam. How did he get caught into this absolute dead set? I can't believe week after week we have to put up with this preload bullshit when I've been doing a good run. I don't know what's going on here. This is ridiculous. I stay up till stupid o'clock and listen to this crap.
Yeah, but once you're a preloader, you're always a preloader.
Shut up, Smithy.
You still have experience because Cabell Smith asks next, can Heinzie teach me how to preload turn meter?
Yeah, what's this?
Go see Rambam, he can help you. He uses mace a lot. Happens a lot there. Don't worry about that.
Oh, boy.
Boom!
Nathan H. for Around the Corn.
What happened there? Oh, Jesus.
What the hell?
Heinzie just preloaded the stream with all that shit.
He preloaded Scotty's songs.
I did. Scotty, jeez, you can't get up. No, he went to hit the Rambam one and Fat Fingers like slid across 3 buttons. Sorry about that.
You secretly love that preload song, don't you?
Oh, shut up, Adastra. You're better than that. Seriously. I have very high respect for you, Adastra, and it's waning by the second. You're better than that. Don't give me that crap, my dear. That's the love, you know that. Come on. Come on.
All right.
Nathan H., could you add a preload counter to the content creator spreadsheet?
No, you just... What a load of bull. That's what it is. Jesus Christ. Working with bloody bananas here, aren't I?
I think it's like the most preload questions.
Yeah,
ever.
man.
The chat preloaded just for Heinzie.
Absolute load of crap. That's what it is.
All right. Next question from Nathan H. Since a lot of us stream on Twitch, it was Around the Corn. What is the most creative way that you allow followers to use Twitch channel points?
Oh, this is good for me.
I haven't really found a huge use. Like usually it's getting the streamer to do stuff, right? So it's either and I've seen a bunch of different things where you can get somebody to dab. There's another one, one of the female gamer streamers. She doesn't keep her camera on, just for reference when I say this. She will do like squats and jumping jacks with just her audio on, but she doesn't have her camera on. But you could use your Twitch channel points to do that.
What fun's that?
I know, but she never has her camera on, so it's not one of
those. Oh, got you.
Yeah, I wanted to clarify because she's one of the gaming streamers that I really like watching, but she's not like one of those type of female streamers. So,
Sure.
she doesn't have her camera on, so there you go. But there are those that do that with their camera on, but that doesn't really work for males as much. Okay.
I can elaborate on all this if you want. Firstly, Grid does push-ups as an option for channel points.
There we go.
Unfortunately, the shadow in the background off his lights make him look like he's actually humping the floor when he does them. I have beer smashes as Ranger knows. So you can build up channel points and I'll actually smash a whole beer. I do Heinzie dances. I think now we've got a new setup as of last night.
You've got a Heinzie dance?
Yeah. Well, Heinzie dance kicks in. It's actually me this particular week because now apparently it's going to change every week depending on who. Apparently this week now it's going to be me.
Song again.
I know it's going to be me dancing to "I'm Too Sexy" by Right Said Fred for 10 seconds. That's on this week. Who knows what's going to be on next week? Actually,
you mean Right Said Scotty, right?
No. I'm Too Sexy. You know the song.
I know it is, but if you clip it, don't forget about the DMCA stuff with the songs.
Yeah, no, that's why I'm not playing it now. But
I know, but I'm saying on Twitch. Twitch does that crap now.
5 seconds. 5 seconds is all right. So good. But next week is going to be 5 seconds of Dancing Queen, I believe, is next week. So every busy session will determine the next one.
All right, next question. Smithy D, is Ranger, Finn, and Heinzie going to remove their hats? I already moved my hat.
No, you tell me.
I'm I'm bald as hell. If you want to see that,
the other two don't have anything to really show. I don't know.
Done.
I can't see.
There's nothing there.
Whee! Go on, Ranger. It's your turn now.
Yep, join in.
There's nothing there.
There you go.
Where's Ranger?
Ranger's flicking you off. I'm just saying. Aramil, question: has Adastra taught Heinzie how to use Jedi in Lightside GOTB yet?
I don't think so.
What the hell, Arimal? What are you talking about, you muppet?
I saw that, Gom. You have a lovely head of hair.
Can I borrow it?
Yeah. Next week, Finn and I will be missing the Jedi Academy. We shoot a Perk Plus commercial.
Yeah.
All right, so Adastra, how has the Jedi training gone for Heinze?
What are you talking about?
It really hasn't gone, so...
So you just gave up on him already?
No.
He gave up. What bullshit?
What? He has potential. He used Mace
up.
Bleed, so there's definitely potential there.
unlearn what you have learned.
Oh my god, seriously, I'm going alright. Don't know what's going on here.
Waffle Dolphin,
oh,
where
okay.
is Darth Cohen? I thought he was going to be a special guest on the panel. It's the only reason I tuned in.
Well, I saw Darth Cohen for the first time this week. I thought I was going to lose my mind. He is the greatest thing ever. Oh my god. If you've not checked out Darth Cohen, please do. Because I was hanging out with Mort on Thursday. So they start talking about Darth Cohen. I'm like, who the hell is Darth Cohen? Boy, did I get my fill. Holy be Jesus. We've got to do something with him. Oh my God. Finn, have you seen him? Oh boy.
I saw his one video. That's it.
Oh, you should see
I saw his one, preemptive rant video about stuff that hadn't been released yet, and his anger for quitting. It was...
Mwah!
I will warn anyone that has epilepsy or some sort of motion sickness to completely avoid his Grand Arena battles, because they're not very.
But the way he talks during the Grand Arena is just so awesome, man.
Yes.
The one where he started losing and then he just.
Sometimes you
he
just
shut
have
the
to be a dick
stream
to your
off.
opponents. It's good stuff.
It's so good, man. We'll try to do something with him. He is a hoot, man. He is an absolute. He is a hoot. So if you haven't checked that out, please do. But yeah, warning, because he likes to move the camera all over the place.
All right, next question. Darth Scion, can we please get Riemann on stream? That way we can have a roundtable discussion on mods and preloading turn meter.
This is. I stayed up till. What is it now? It's freaking almost 2 a.m.
Okay, I'm not gonna lie.
How many
Heinze,
questions? I think 90% of the questions
so far, yeah, they all came in early, so they're at the top pretty much. Yeah, but Heinze, you do kind of have a little bit of a cult following here. It would be pretty interesting for you and Riemann to tag up and basically do a mods and turn meter stream. Just call it mods and turn meter. It would be hilarious.
Yeah, let's get
how to preload mods.
When I drop my freaking battles, let's talk about that. That's something I'm really freaking interested in. It's amazing. It's great. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
Yes.
Next question.
Come on.
Next question. Nathan H. What feat would Finn's Rose have to do to earn the panel's respect? I have seen her get 3 of 3 kills on offense.
Nothing.
She's the hero of the Republic. She doesn't need any.
She could have 100 kills and no one would really care.
Yeah.
She does, yeah.
I know. I could tell you right here.
Use your Rose to take down Galactic Legend Ray, and there you go.
Yeah, you beat Galactic Legend Ray, and I'll be like, okay, Rose is legit.
Yeah.
Solo.
If they, yeah.
Solo.
Make the new movies non-canon. Boom. And redo them. There we go.
Yeah, make her the true hero of the Resistance. Yep, that's the way to do it. All right, next question from Darth Scion 1972. For Jedi Master Adastra, which female Jedi in-game best represents you, or are you more of a midriff Padme girl?
Oh, look out. I'm looking forward to this answer myself.
That's a good question. Let's see.
I think I know which one you are.
Oh? Which one do you think?
You are Bastila Shan, and you have moments where you go fallen all the time.
Oh!
Yeah, that's actually a fair note. It was going to be between Bastila and Ayla. Those are two that I really like for different. They're pretty awesome Ayla, unfortunately, didn't get the love she deserved in the movies, so a lot of people don't really know how awesome she actually is. And then,
It's just like punk shot. Just like
And,
got shot
and
to
Durgan
pieces.
is your Darth Revan trigger to go dark side.
Durgan is her Revan.
Ah, jeez. No. No.
He does convert you to the dark
No,
side.
no. Durgan is Malik. He's Malik and then forces her to become to the dark side. That makes more sense. Tortures attached her until she joins the dark side. Oh, that's fantastic. So happy.
All right. Formula 51 had the question, does any player have more than my 23,949 lifetime donations? I know Mr. Rush had a lot.
I have no idea, nor have I ever tracked that kind of shit. Holy
Mine is not
Once
high.
upon a time, I would have. In the very beginning, I was one of the top, because it was so much fun to do that. But then when you start murking for raids, you get locked out for 24 hours to donate. So that kind of messed up my lifetime. But then I have forever settled on one number for many, many, many months now. I refuse to ever donate again because I landed on 13,337. I am never going to
You're
change
elite.
that number. Yep.
I've actually got not quite that high, but the highest guy in my community is at 17,000 at the moment.
Yeah.
So
I think you may have it in the bag.
Yeah. I think you're
I think
probably
you
Yeah,
right.
that's a solid number. Like,
That's a
wow,
pretty
that's
damn good number.
That's impressive.
I don't even
A
think
friendly
that's
guild
1,000.
too. Guild's not asking for Carbantes and stuff. Like our guild does that, but they know not to expect it to be filled out, right? People donate whenever they have extra. I've given stun cuffs and Carbantes and stun guns and stuff before, but not often.
Yeah,
so
usually
we have
people
that,
will
so.
request it like, hey, I only need 4 more of this, guys. Is all I need to get this character or something. Like, usually people will, when they request that, they'll say, like, a little message with it just to be, instead of, like, always requesting it. Because, like, some people, I guess, because people should be free to request whatever they want, but usually people will say, that this is, I just need a few more of these guys, and then there we go.
All right.
I just checked what mine was. Gear donated in the Guild Exchange.
1.
725. 725.
Oh, hey,
Well, you have
that's
to check
good. That's not
GG. You
bad.
can't check your in-game stuff because you just joined our guild too.
No,
So-
it's on your stats, isn't
you-
it? It's on your
How's your
stats.
total?
Oh, you're looking in your stats. You're not looking in the guild donation tab. Okay.
No.
You
I'm
check
looking
your
in the
total gear that you've donated.
Yeah,
over
yeah.
your
gear
lifetime.
donated in Guild Exchange. 725.
Yeah.
All right. Nathan.
Just a quick tip for anyone that does donate, guys, and this is serious for a minute. If you ask for donations or whatever else, that's fine. Make sure you give back what you ask for. All right? It's not a one-way street. Give it back.
All right.
Nathan H. Question for Ranger. Which recipes do you prefer with porgs?
I'm a grill man myself. I mean, I really like to season them overnight and then put them on the old bobby. You let them, marinate and add some seasoning, and then the trick is when you're cooking them, you got to keep that water bottle so you can keep the moisture in there. Or the other one is to smoke them. Smoke them slowly over a day period and let those flavors just seep in. So yeah, those are the 2 best ways, I think.
Nathan H. Question for Finity. The Degeneration X and Undertaker intros are great. Which ones do you plan to make in the future? I have 2, potentially a 3rd, currently planned that I'm hoping to get done by the end of next weekend. The next thing are the intros that I'm working on for the stream stuff. So now that we have videos kind of coming out, which hopefully you guys have seen, working on getting those out quickly for you guys whenever there's news. Next thing is working on some of the intros. So hopefully there's a couple more, not next week, but the week after.
Hey, Ben, have you thought about doing Stone Cold for Malik? That'd be a really good one. Like the Stone
So
Cold.
I'm not doing individual.
He's just
I'm not doing.
Oh my God, the humanity!
Rock
bottom.
Dicky Darkside. Question for Smithy. What has been your biggest surprise returning to the game?
Jedi Luke didn't have a rebel
I knew
tag.
you were going to say that. I goddamn thought that was the thing he was going to
I
say.
figured there was going to be.
I knew it
We're
immediately.
going to go.
Jesus.
We'll go around the corner on this one. RSG Vormax, question for all. What is your favorite Star Wars moment? Mine is Kenobi saying hello there.
Kenobi.
Heinzie, your favorite Star Wars moment?
Ooh, favorite Star Wars moment. Ooh. I mean, look, I'm a guy. I can't help myself. I'm sorry. Anything to do with Slave Leia is a winner. I've got to admit. I know it's really, really bad, but it's true. It's pretty amazing. So that was great. Just trying to think. Oh, and obviously the trench run. Trench run as well in the first movie was pretty epic.
There you go. Good on Maurice. Favorite Star Wars moment?
Probably just the innocent gaze in the eyes of Lumpy. The Wookiee.
Lumpy the Wookiee, Jesus.
Did you say innocent gaze in the eyes of Lumpy?
That is, those words were put in the same sentence by good old Maurice. That
It's
is
the innocence of the youth. It's heartwarming.
All right, Smithy, how about you?
So I was punching Baby Yoda in the face. That was pretty magnificent too, wasn't it? You know.
Probably Return of the Jedi sail barge. I've watched that so many times. But then again, I like the battle. Probably it'd have to be out of the Mustafar battle between Anakin and Obi, or the Luke where he just the build up, mate, for the sail barge attack where. Obviously, like, Jabba's just like, you ain't no Jedi, you know what I mean? You're chatting shit, and he's just like, done, and then he's just like, boom, lightsaber, and he's just like, Jabba's face is just panic, man. Like, ah, he has a lightsaber!
I like the Family Guy version of that better because they do it for like 10 minutes, like, done. They keep looking at each other.
Yeah, you seen the YouTube
and
one,
then the final one, the guy's like,
extended it,
well,
we're
waiting.
Adastra, how about you? Favorite Star Wars moment?
That's very, very difficult. Like, I was just going through so many different
just
scenes.
pick one, just one that
I love just way too many of them, but so just kind of like the culmination of the journey, you know, with Luke and Vader. Like, I just love the dynamic that they built up with that, and just like it's all incredible. I couldn't even narrow down one scene, but I did like the barge stuff before that when Luke first showed up to Jabba's palace, you know, just the confidence that he exuded with that, and just the Rancor, killing the Rancor.
Well, he proved himself against the Rancor,
cool
didn't he, when he seen it? He's like, ah!
Just seeing him come into, you know, becoming a Jedi and stuff. Like, I just love those scenes where he, you know, the Force is with him, and just a lot of cool stuff. Just the journey, the build up. I mean, I wish some of the fights were more epic, but I understand at that time they had to be kind of careful when they were using the lightsabers, you know, so that some of the lightsaber initial battles weren't. But then when he had the lightsaber fight with Vader, oh, that was really good.
Adasha, you should watch SC-38 and watch the redo that they did with Obi-Wan and Vader. God, it was so good. Watch SC-38. Just put that in the YouTube and watch that, Adasha. You'll be like, oh. Finn, what's your favorite moment?
What it should have been. What it should have been.
Oh, yeah, it was definitely
Mine is easy. My favorite moment is more comedic than anything else, but it's when Wicket is using the bolus and hits himself and falls over off the log.
I should have.
Actually,
it's like the most adorable moment, and I love every second of it.
Something more recent that hit me in the feels was when I did see Luke's X-Wing come out of the water in the newest movie. I'm got to lie, I did shed a bit of a tear. That was a good throwback. I was pretty emotional about seeing that. That was pretty cool.
All right. All right, Finn.
A few more questions here.
A few more
we have
questions.
4 more.
Jesus.
We'll run through these quickly. We have 4 questions. First one, Cavill Smith. Question: is preloading cheating?
No.
All
right, next.
Next one, Gav P.
Channel.
Next question.
Next one, Gav P. What's black, white, and red all over? Heinzie's post GAC preloading review.
Okay, there you go.
For f***'s sake, come on, you lot. You better.
Gav P. Question: can someone show everyone? We don't want to pick on one person. How to put their phone into flight mode when doing a battle?
P had to shut the up.
All right.
Great as well, wouldn't it?
All right.
And then
No,
last
I'm not
question.
bad.
This
I'm
is
kidding.
the last question is from Anthony Walters.
There you go.
Is it still a benefit to top load your roster?
It's for me.
The only thing
Yeah.
it hurts is your GAC. Everything
Doesn't
else
hurt my GAC.
will benefit. So it's
Yeah, but you're a
that's
Kraken whale. You're a Kraken ranger.
It's not just about that. It's just how my roster is so focused that I mean, I have huge
Yeah,
advantages.
you're focused in the right areas. I mean, you've
Yeah.
got both GLs.
Well, no, I'm
You've
about
got
to
Luke,
have. I don't have both GLs,
Mandalorian.
but I do have Mandalorian. I do have Luke. I have those teams and the mods, and have just been hyper focused. I don't have any fluff.
Yeah,
in my
you're
roster.
like Kraken high end kind of thing, ain't you?
I think
What you
I think
got?
what Ranger's pointing
5
out
million
though is
GP?
important. Your mods have to keep up with your roster. Right?
Correct.
It's not just about top loading your roster and getting the gear. You can buy your way to gear. You can't really buy your way to quality mods.
No,
So
mods are still a thing. Yeah.
Mhm. They are. And you it's RNG all the way, right? You cannot buy a 28 speed mod, right? You have to
No, you
buy
cannot.
like whatever it is, 256 plus mods in order to try and get a single 5-hit, which can then go anywhere between 23 and 29, and you still may not get that 28. And
There we go.
it's a numbers game, and it's
JG,
about the balance.
If you're
of
watching this, start selling 28 speed mods. You'll make a killing.
Oh, they will, and will completely destroy this game. 100%. They will destroy the game if they sell mods with stats. With specific stats at the higher end, it'll be over.
Yeah, but would you prefer maybe something more not 28, but a reasonable level, or would you still happy with the raffle?
No, I like the raffle because we had this discussion on the Wednesday night stream, I think, with Scribe when he was on. And there are people that have Galactic Legends, right? But the Galactic Legends can be beaten by other teams because everybody on the Shard, regardless of what character they had, are still working on mods, and the mods can still even out the playing, right?
Yeah,
you don't have anyone with these crazy OP
variation
mods.
is there.
It's not an
Exactly.
overshard where it's different.
We view it a little different because we are veteran players, and that's why I'm saying GAC is maybe where, depending on where you are, you get the biggest impact, because in Squad Arena, you're with people that started at the same time. So hopefully there is some aspect of RNG, but the mods are balanced, right? In Territory Wars, you're in with your guild, so hopefully you're in a guild with your same level, which means that everything is balanced out. TB is just straight up your roster. It's a simple PvE one, so it doesn't really matter as much. And GAC is the only one where mods are not valued correctly and do have a major impact on the battle. And you're facing somebody potentially that started the game a year, 2 years, 3 years before you, depending how much you whaled up. So as long as you have a balance between your roster and your mods, and you're able to keep your high-level characters up with reasonable mods all the way, then you're fine, right?
All right.
Then it's not just that. I mean, do you guys have any other comments or disagree?
That's 1,000% correct.
How would I ever disagree with Finn with that beautiful looking hair? Let's be honest.
Long, beautiful hair. All right.
So nice.
So nice. All right. So since
right,
we are way over on time, I'm just going to do GAC here on the Jedi Academy. I'm not setting up another goddamn event and waiting 10 minutes. I'm going right in. We're going to do Jedi Academy GAC. And then...
you are? Damn it.
Why?
That's going to make the podcast so much longer when I upload it.
Well, maybe you should have spent 25, 30 minutes on these goddamn questions, Finn.
Well, yeah, 90% of them were the preloaded.
I know.
So many preload questions, and we could have finished earlier, man.
Yeah.
That's how much love people have for you.
Yeah.
Oh, no. The love is real. It's become a bit of a joke. It really has. Believe it or not, I actually go pretty
Like I
well
said, that was
GAC.
literally my first introduction to you was the preload. That was literally my first introduction to you.
We had a brand new guest on actually last night, and he's like, "Oh yeah, we had Yeti on, which was cool."
Fine, let's wrap this up. Then I'll create another event so Finn doesn't.
Sorry, Dad. Sorry. Yeah, no, we had Yeti on, and it's like the first thing he said was preload. I said, "Dude, that doesn't happen." He was going, "Whoa, okay, all right, we better not keep going that way." Got it.
All right, everybody, we're gonna let everybody pimp their stuff. Heinzie, with you, where can folks check you out at?
Just pimped it, man. Heinzie, ANZ, GC, no preload crap where you come from here, people. It's all happening. We got it on Monday night. We got Sweens on. We got a few guests on Thursday morning as well, US. And then Gridsy session next week as well. It's going to be a hell of a lot of fun. At some point, we're going to have a Dastra on apparently now, which is great. Let's get Gom on there as well soon, brother. That'll be a lot of fun. You know where to find me. Not too far away.
All right. Nev's not here, but you can check Nev on the Escape Podcast. He's also got the GAC Center that's every Tuesday on Twitch with, who's the guy who's doing it with Flair? Was it Flair that he's doing it?
Flair's the GAC Center, yeah.
Yeah. So you can check that out on Tuesdays as well. Gon, what about Operation Metaverse?
Every Thursday, T-Money and I do Operation Metaverse live stream 10:30, Thursday p.m. Eastern Time. Sunday night, you can find Ramon and I, Ranger, Avinash, Sunday night, 10:30-ish for the best mod advice on the planet. Goodbye.
There you go. Adastra.
You can find me on YouTube, Jedi Master Adastra. I have a bunch of Jedi-related content. And I may or may not start streaming my Grand Arena battles now. I was on a guest stream last night, and it was a lot of fun. So I see why people love to stream their battles.
All right. Smithy D.
You can just find me on YouTube, Smithy D.
Oh, good. There you go. All right. If you're watching this on RSG, make sure you give us a thumbs up and subscribe. Do me a favor. Check out these other great channels and support them. They come here on a Saturday morning to give you guys the answers to your questions. So show them some love. Go to their channels, watch their videos, give them thumbs up, subscribe. We're a community, and that's how we help one another out, by helping each of our channels grow. So please support their content and support the content here. Before you go, hit the subscribe button. What we're going to do is we're going to flip over, immediately going right into GAC. Anybody from the panel is welcome to stay. I'm going to be fast and furious on the GAC today because I've got a shit ton of painting to do, and on top of that, I have to get ready for the Wild Mount campaign on D&D tonight. So Finn basically fucked me. He fucked me hard by going over, and so I'm going to have to be just going crazy here. Thanks, Finn, asshole.
I blame Finn as a thing for a reason.
It's a big thing. So
Hashtag blame Finn.
yeah, hashtag Finn sucks.